Good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to D. Harris Field at Warrior Stadium, where we are set for the high school football game of the week. It's a Region 4 4A showdown as the number 1 ranked Upperman Bees take on the hosting White County Warriors. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. I am Nay, proud to be here in front of the press box with my friend Jeremy Tollison, Hallie Ledbetter handling the sideline duties, and the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us as we sit about 13 minutes away from kickoff. We welcome you into the Watson Chevy pregame show live on the main UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS network. We'll welcome those of you listening on 106.1 The Eagle and on the Hub Plus app momentarily. But as we get into the meat of this game, Jeremy, in the pregame show, what a collision we have tonight. The buzzsaw in this area in high school football. Upperman comes to town with an undefeated 4-0 record. They are the number 1 ranked team in the state. They are the number 1 ranked team in the UC Top 5. But their opponent tonight, a very hungry White County Warriors team with a 3-1 record under head coach Curtis Beatty, and an opportunity tonight for the Warriors to arrive on the statewide level against Big Bad Upperman.
And White County thinks that they have the team that can challenge Upperman. We've talked about it. Whether you love Upperman or whether, you're a different team and you don't like Upperman, unfortunately and fortunately, they're the gold standard right now, especially in this region. And White County feels as though that they have a team that can compete. And if things go their way, hey, they get a homecoming win tonight.
It is homecoming tonight, and it is a full stadium, getting more full. You have the park a long way away. We understand there was a little accident potentially in Cookeville backing up some of the roads, so maybe some late arrivers, but there is still a ton of people already here at Warrior Stadium as we welcome you in. One of 4 games tonight across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Big one over on UCR2 tonight as the Cookeville Cavaliers welcome in Mount Juliet, the 8th-ranked 6A team in the state, as Cookeville tries to get to 5-0 on the season. Over on UCR3, a big one for the York Dragons tonight as they travel to Tellico Plains over the river and through the woods. On UCR3, Casey and Jack Bolden on the call there. Jacob Benson, Josh Bowles on UCR2 for Cookeville Mount Juliet. And over on UCR4, Livingston looking to get right after a loss last week to this Upperman team. They take on Pickett County tonight. Chase Hoke and Colin Castleberry on the call over on UCR4. Jeremy, getting ready for this game tonight. No shortage of superstars. Quite frankly, you can make a Mr. Football ballot just off of these 2 teams. Of course, with Sparta, it starts with their senior quarterback, Trip Pinion, throwing it a whole lot more than we've expected him to so far this season. In fact, he's thrown it more than he's run it. 71 passing attempts to 56 carries. He's completing 66% of his passes for 697 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a pick. On the ground, 56 carries, 578 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The question, though, tonight for Sparta, do they commit to that passing game, or was it a little bit of smoke and mirrors for 4 weeks, and it's going to be trip right, trip left over and over again this evening?
And I'll tell you, one thing that is probably not allowed Sparta to get over the hump is having to rely on him too much. But if I'm going to rely on somebody, that's the guy I'm relying on. If the game's in the balance, he's my guy. If there's an important play, I'm giving it to Trip. But like you said, they've shown on film they have changed the dimension of their offense. And at the end of the day, as you prepare for White County, you can't just key on Trip anymore. You have to be able to defend the boundaries, defend the seams. We saw a big, long touchdown pass on the post last week. I had no idea how strong Trip's arm was. And at the end of the day, whether it's smoke and mirrors or whether it's legit, you got to prepare for it.
This is the Watson Chevy and Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show. On the other hand, the quarterback for Upperman, Bronston Chaffin, 6'4", 225-plus pounds, picked up an offer from Middle Tennessee State University this week. That adds to EKU. The Division I offers pouring in, the FBS offers. He's been invited to take a visit to Ole Miss. This is a Division I quarterback for the Bees, and he's having a great season, completing 84% of his passes. 564 yards, 7 touchdowns, no picks. He's averaging 6.7 yards per carry with 6 touchdown rushes as well. And he, at 6'4", 225 plus, is a matchup nightmare for the Warriors tonight.
And just like Trip Pinion, the offense runs through Bronston Chaffin. And at the end of the day, with Upperman, you can't just key on Chaffin. We talked about it at the Lebanon game. I had no idea how fast Bronston Chaffin was. I knew he had his arm strength, but he's improved his speed, he's improved his size, and more impressive to me this year, he's improved the touch on the football. I mean, if he could improve any more, but this year that's the biggest change.
Howie Ledbetter caught up with both head coaches. We'll hear from them and come back with Jeremy's keys to the game. Moments away from kickoff here at Warrior Stadium in the high school football game of the week, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
So far, there's no easy nights in this region, as we're about to find out, and this is going to be a really nice, cool atmosphere.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Coach Kane, head coach of Upperman. Coach, how do you assess your team's performance so far this season?
So far, so good. You know, we've had, some ups and downs, some good quarters, bad quarters, but I guess at the end of the day, the win is the ultimate goal, so we've done that so far. There's no easy nights in this region, as we're about to find out, and this is going to be a really nice, cool atmosphere. I'm excited to watch the guys play.
What do you need to see out of your defense tonight against a strong offensive team?
Yeah, the quarterback and the receivers are dynamic guys. They're big up front, so they can create some holes. They're really going to check your leverage, and so we got to make sure we're playing kind of team leverage, not hero ball, and we got to kind of get him corralled and get him on the ground.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
How have you adjusted your offense against a big Upperman front?
We're worrying about ourselves, so we think we got pretty good players too. So we went into the week and we have a game plan. We're going to try to attack them in ways that we think we can. But at the end of the day, we've got Tripp, and we've got guys around Tripp, and we're going to continue to run our offense.
How do you keep your team motivated with the challenging schedule to start the season?
Well, I think it's important for us to know that up front, and our kids have talked about it. We knew it last year. It's not like anything changed from last year. Our kids have goals at the end of the season, and we know week by week we have to meet cornerstones to get to that goal. And, this is just another test to see where we're at from last year moving forward.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you.
Welcome back. Apologize for some of those technical difficulties in the interview audio and the advertising. We got it back rolling there. Just a little bit too much running at one time, as we are 5 minutes or so away from kickoff here at Warrior Stadium. It's a Region 4-4A matchup between Upperman and White County. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jeremy Tollis and Howie Ledbetter on the sideline. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. And let's get into it. Jeremy, you have several keys to the game tonight for both of these squads. What are some of the things you're looking for?
Number one, this feels kind of like a playoff atmosphere to me. I'll tell you, the Railbirds are out. This is what we're looking for. Hey, for Upperman, I think the keys for Upperman tonight are they live and die by establishing that run game. The run game is what you want, and then you can work your offense off of that. So they need to establish that run game so that they can build off that run game and go to the different parts of their offense. Now, last week, White County blitzed every single play. They can't do that tonight, but they also have proven that they can blitz. So coming off the edges, they have got to account for those linebackers blitzing. Number 3, they got to limit missed tackles. Trip Pinion is unbelievable. And if you have to use 4, 3, 6, 8, 10 people to tackle him, he's going to rush for 300 yards tonight, okay?
Absolutely. We'll get to Sparta's keys to the game here in a moment. We'll want to draw your attention to something here as you're about to see at midfield, the captain's meeting, and you'll see number 36, Walter Kane. He's going to come out, we believe is the lone captain for Upperman. He's out there with a couple of his teammates right now, but last week against Livingston Academy, a dominant victory for Upperman, but a big blow as they lose their junior superstar linebacker, Walter Kane, for the season. Tore his ACL a week ago, and he's going to be joined by a couple of his teammates here, but that's a gut punch for a big-time Upperman defense, the quarterback of their defense right in the middle, a player who they're going to try and galvanize around tonight, but a big deal for Walter Kane and this defense to no longer be able to play this season, but he's going to be down there, no doubt, as now a de facto coach on the sideline. And it was a gut punch. Of course, his dad is the head football coach, Adam Kane, so a tough week there with what happened on not the greatest playing surface in the world. There's been, I think, 4 season-ending knee injuries on that field in the past couple of seasons. So, obviously, hate that for anybody, hate it for a really good young man, but that's a big change as Jude Fitzpatrick now, who was playing a lot in the back end in the secondary, now going to move up in the linebacker spots alongside Colton Johnson and Ethan Paulk for the Bees.
And again, you mentioned Paulk and Johnson. Man, those two are studs. So if anybody can kind of pick up the slack where we lose Walter Kane, then these two, I'm telling you, they can do it.
Looks like Sparta has won the toss, and they've deferred to the second half. So Upperman will start with the football. Let's get back to the keys to the game, Jeremy, and let's look at the White County Warriors in this one as they try to knock off the number 1 team in the state.
Now, for me, Sparta, last year, Upperman's offensive line was just pure maulers and pure dominant. They've improved this year, but you cannot let them bully you. Upperman wants to create the run game. White County wants to stop it, and it's all going to start at the line of scrimmage. Do not let them bully you. Number 2, don't fall asleep. When you fall asleep trying to stop that run game, then you've got the deep pass. So don't fall asleep. Don't let them pass the ball over your head. And I mentioned it in the pregame. If the game's on the line, trust your superstar playmaker. Give Tripp the ball and let him do what Tripp does.
Those are Jeremy's keys to the game. You like that graphic there? I worked really hard on that. I think it's pretty good.
Good-looking guy, whoever that is.
I don't know about all that, regardless. As both teams have taken the field, as I mentioned, Upperman will receive the opening kickoff. It's a big-time showdown tonight in Sparta. The sun has gone down. It was a very warm day, but it is much nicer now as we'll be about 80 degrees at kickoff into the low 70s by the end of it. A great atmosphere for high school football. We sure are glad to be along with you. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. Madison McKay producing things. Upperman in the road. White jerseys with black pants, black numbers, white helmets. Sparta in the brand new maroon jerseys and pants with maroon helmets. I was talking to Principal Wilson before the game. He said the community really came together to help him out. That is a very expensive endeavor as they've got some new swag down there on the sideline. Tonight's broadcast presented by our friends at Gentry's Power Equipment, your hometown steel dealer. We appreciate them for making it possible for us to be here. And, of course, our friends at Watson Chevy, the presenting sponsor of our media network with 4 games live simultaneously on a whole bunch of different platforms. We'll remind you to don't buy till you see Jason 5. Michael Lindsay's here tonight for UCR as well. Content coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. He's got some very creative ideas. We'll bring you the starting lineups after the opening kick as Sparta will kick left to right. If you're listening on 106.1 The Eagle or watching on the Hub Plus or Channel 192 on Spectrum in Twin Lakes, we welcome you in as well. Of course, those of you on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. Field looks pretty good down there here on Warrior Stadium. D. Harris Field. There's some dead spots, but we haven't had very much rain. They're doing their best, and they're doing a good job with it. Unlike last week, no significant wind to talk about that could affect the kicking game or the passing games.
I thought we were going to die last week.
Yeah, several times. This is Noah Skeeth on to kick it away, the junior. It is a big fight field tonight in Sparta. Let's get it on in Region 4-4A as Skeeth going to give a little pooch kick, try to keep it away from the dangerous returners. Branson Turnbow picks it up at the 30. Turnbow reverses field. He gets caught from behind, still on his feet to the 35, and Branson Turnbow will be escorted out of bounds by Isaiah Kelso. Good field position for an Upperman offense that will come out like this. The starting quarterback is the big junior Bronston Chapin. He'll be joined in the backfield by the senior tailback, who already has 7 touchdowns and nearly 400 yards this season, Ethan Polk. Tate Porath is the new fullback with Walter Kane out with that knee injury. The wide receivers, Branson Turnbow, Carmine Phillips, and Theo Brown. The tight end, Colton Johnson. Left to right on the offensive line, Zach Maynard, Andrew Bohan, Israel Alvarez, Caden Tree Trunk Durham, and Parker Cox. We'll tell you the defensive starters here coming up for the Warriors after play number 1. Upperman won last year 28-21. It was 21-0 at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then some Trip Pinion magic happened. We've got a whistle coming in from the back judge, and he's counting up. Is there too many Warriors on the field here?
I got 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're good. One receiver each way as this big Sparta front, we'll tell you about him. Chaffin takes a snap, carries around right side with numbers to rumble through. There goes Bronston Chaffin. He dives forward for a gain of 9, and that's what Sparta has to avoid tonight. We'll give you the starters for Sparta. Up front, it is those big boys, Lex Winfrey, Hunter Broyles, and Damon Conley. A.J. Hunt starts the linebackers alongside Brandon Phillip, Gage Stevenson, and Isaiah Kelso. In the secondary, Darvon Richmond, Demarius Dowell, JoJo Dowell, and Antonio Purvis. And let's see, did they respot this ball? Do we have a penalty
We've got
somewhere?
a penalty flag. Back judge has got a penalty.
Some early movement from the back here in the officiating crew. We've got a personal foul against Sparta.
Personal foul against the Warriors.
And this is going to be a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy first down for Upperman. And this has the potential. This is the second time they've ever met, unbelievably.
Really?
But such a natural rivalry. Basketball, it started the past couple of years. This is a rivalry now already in my mind, Jeremy. There's going to be some jawing back and forth, and I think maybe has to be some judicious nature of when you throw the flags. I'll say it because you won't, because you're nice as the officiating expert.
Very nice guy.
Trips out to the left side as Sparta is outnumbered here to the boundary. Put my Justin Matheny hat on. Motion Carmine Phillips, and now they're not. Phillips with the bubble behind, snap taken, handoff goes to Polk. Polk rumbles up the middle, breaks one tackle, and falls forward for a gain of 5. And talking to Coach Kane this morning, Jeremy, he talked about how they're going to throw the football more tonight as Hunter Broyles makes the tackle. And I said, yeah, until you throw an incompletion, then you're going to run it 55 times. 2nd down and 6 upcoming here. One note as well in this ball game. Branson Turnbow, he's a hobbled preseason. He really couldn't get out there in the preseason. They feel like he's getting healthy, that he's at his healthiest now. Caught a big pass last week in that 48-0 win against Livingston. That was 42-0 at half. We'll keep an eye on it. He's off the field right now as it's 2nd and 5 Upperman. Fitz goes in motion. Chaffin takes snap, play fake. He is going to throw it. Looking left. Now he fires over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. Looking for the big tight end, Colton Johnson. Big play early in this ball game. 3rd down and 5 from the 32-yard line. Cole Sims there defensively in the back end. Theo Brown caught a 74-yard pass last week. He was out there on the wide side. And credit to Coach Dodgen. He's running the camera. There's your zoom right there, Coach. In and out if you need to. If not, you can just keep it right there. Appreciate that. 2 receivers to the right for Chaffin. 3rd and 5, and he got him. Hard count. He really perfected that last year as a sophomore, and this is going to depend on the spot. Could be 4th and or 3rd
Looks
and
to be
short.
A first down.
Or a first down. That hard count, so lethal.
And one thing, I mean, Sparta can't help Upperman here, okay? White County cannot help them. We cannot give them just an easy 5 yards.
And it is going to be 3rd and inches here for the Bees, and this is where they want to be all night long. For Sparta, those around the program talked about this needs to be 2-yard runs tonight, not 5, 6, 7, 8. They have not done it yet, but we're only 3 plays in. Phillips in motion, snap taken, going to hand off to Polk. Polk runs into the teeth of that big defensive front. He's still pushing forward. I think he's got enough for the first down. We'll wait and see where they put it down. Fun uniform combination tonight. Both these sets of jerseys look good. Polk needed a yard, and they're going to stop and measure this. No, they're not. They're going to rule it a first down. Demarius Dowell finishes him off, but not before Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy first down. Pharmacist Lena Huddleston Jarrett is your hometown pharmacist, located at the Crossroads. Long-term sponsor to us here at UCR and Upperman football. We appreciate that so very much. First and 10 Bees as they've gone forward on all their plays so far, and that Warrior band, which is as good as
They're
it
great.
gets anywhere, ratchets it up as Upperman's nearing the red zone. One receiver each way for Bronzden Chaffin, and Coach Kane wants timeout as the play clock was ticking down. So he'll burn his first, and he says, that's on me. Coach Kane, the play caller for the offense. Defensively, he shares him and Blake Satterfield, former head coach at Trousdale County, made 3 semifinals. And if you don't think Blake Satterfield's a really good coach, look at Trousdale County this year.
Yeah, they're people in Hartsville, I'm telling you, they're uneasy. They are used to a winning football program in Hartsville, and I'll tell you, they just they don't tolerate things like this.
Cookeville and Mount Juliet underway over on UCR 2. We'll keep you updated as we go on the scoreboard tonight.
No, I know it's early, but this is a big series right here for White County. I mean, they want the momentum. This crowd is here. This crowd is pumped. The band's pumped. The defense, if they can get a stop here, all the momentum's on White County's side. You know, Upperman, they're favored in the game. This is what they expect to do. You've got to get them off script, and you've got to create some negative plays, and White County, they got to step up.
It is 1st and 10. Upperman out of the timeout. They're on the White County 27-yard line on the game's opening drive. 6'4", 230 pounds. Bronzden Chaffin, play fake, fires the quick hitter. Theo Brown makes the catch, breaks a tackle. There goes Theo Brown to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Upperman. The weapons for the Bees shine through as Theo Brown breaks one tackle, and then you're never going to catch him. It is 6-0 off the rip, 2 minutes into the ball game.
And we talked about Upperman not having any missed tackles. We missed 2 or 3 tackles there. You just cannot give them anything extra. You've got to secure that tackle.
Austin Roberts on for the extra point. 18 of 23 this season. Snap, set, kick is up, and the kick is good. We'll stay through this one as that is an EJ's Barnes touchdowns and a 931 Sports Cars and Collectibles score for the Bees. Jeremy, pressure now on the Sparta offense and their weapons after Upperman goes down fairly uncontested on 5 plays.
And again, I mean, it's early on in the game, but you have to set the momentum that you came to play. You've got to punch them in the mouth. You have to answer this. You cannot let Upperman be what Upperman normally is. White County, for them to get over the hump, the script has to play out differently.
We welcome those of you watching across our network tonight. Happy to be along with you. Mount Juliet strikes early. 37-yard touchdown reception. They are up 7-0, 2 minutes in on Cookeville over on UCR 2. Theo Brown is really emerging as a bona fide threat. He says that he runs a 4.440. That's blazing fast.
That's blazing.
He looked like it last week on that long touchdown against Livingston. Either way, if it's 4.5, 4.6, or 4.4, really fast. And it's 6'1", 6'2" rather, and 200 pounds. He's a weapon. Sparta needs an answer now as Upperman's going to kick it off right to left. Upperman has struggled a little bit in the kick return game. Deuce Edwards for Lebanon took one back a long way. Zach Borders took one back a long way. And they are going to kick it fairly deep. It'll be fielded at the 23-yard line, looking to reverse field. Now cutting up, and Roberts makes the tackle. The kicker comes up and gets dapped up by his teammates as Demarius Dowell will be taken down. And we will look at a White County offense that comes out like this. The senior quarterback on pace. He's about to hit 60 touchdowns in the last 3 seasons and 6,000 yards total. Trip Pinion, Cole Sims, the tailback, A.J. Hunt, the fullback, the receivers, Darvon Richmond, Gage Stevenson, who had 4 sacks last week and a pick, Demarius Dow and Antonio Purvis. Brandon Phillip is the tight end from left to right on the offensive line. Jason Suggs, Hunter Broyle, Damon Conley, T.J. Dodd, and Jonathan Humphrey. As Pinion breaks huddle, and we will see what kind of offense it is tonight for Sparta. They go 4 wide to open up the ball game. Pinion sets up, takes the snap, dropping back to pass. He slips. Now he's going to tuck it and run in the quarterback draw. There goes Trip Pinion to the 40, and he'll be cut down, but not before. Well, this is an interesting spot, and the near side official saying move the chains. It is going to be enough. And the other official is saying no. One official has one. The other one has two.
Trip Pinion, the ball carrier.
It is a first down. It's a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate
The gain of 10 on the play.
and Gary Maxwell Insurance. First down.
And 10. First down, sponsored this half.
And in that situation, the line judge is a very good veteran official. The head linesman's a little bit younger, so the line judge and the experience made the decision.
Upperman shows blitz. Now they back off. Pinion fires out to the left side. Receiver makes the catch, and he'll be hit and driven down, and it popped out. The hit leveled Carmine Phillips there on the outside, and the ball popped out of the hands of Darvon Richmond, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 here for the Warriors. But I don't think all realize that ball came out. May have been being bobbled. It's on the far side of the field from where we are.
Well, the Upperman sideline knew it was incomplete. They let us know in case we had any question.
2nd down and 10. 2 to the right, 2 to the left for Trip Pinion. Sparta trying to stay on script. Again, Upperman shows blitz. We'll tell you about their defense, which, of course, changes tonight coming up. Snap taken, going to hand off. Nowhere for the back to run through as he'll be hit and driven down. Nothing doing there, and Jude Fitzpatrick takes down Cole Sims. Let's tell you about the Upperman defense as we wait for 3rd and 10. Andrew Bohan, Caden Durham, and Zach Maynard up front as we have an injured Warrior. He's a bit slow to get up, but is back on his feet. Linebackers tonight with no Walter Kane. Colton Johnson, Jude Fitzpatrick comes in to that front 7, and Ethan Polk. Tate Porath will play in there as well. Defensive backs, Carmine Phillips, gunner blocking Cody Lowe, the free safety Theo Brown, and the strong safety tonight is Branson Turnbow. You'll see a lot of Elijah Fitz. He's already out there on the field as well. 3rd and 10, big play here for Sparta. Make it 9 from their own 43-yard line. Motion man across is Richmond. Pinion has the shotgun snap. He's dropping back. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Pinion looking to bounce it outside. Now he'll be hit, and the cavalry arrives. Nothing doing there. A gain of about 4. Blake Satterfield loves it over there on that Upperman sideline. Decision time for Curtis Beatty as Jude Fitzpatrick with 2 tackles on the opening sequence. And so far, no move from Curtis Beatty. Offense on the field on 4th and 5.
And again, we talked about it. Big play for White County here because, like we said, we've got to flip the script. You've got to let them know that you belong in this game. And, hey, I like it. I like it.
2 receivers each way. 4th down and a long 4 from the 49-yard line. They got to get to the 47 on the other side of the field. Motion man across. Pinion has the snap. He's rolling out to his right, looking downfield. Pinion now going to jump pass in the middle of the field, and it's broken up. Branson Turnbow, who's playing safety tonight, turns it away, and it's a turnover on downs. Ball back to Upperman's offense.
Great play by Turnbow there. I'll tell you, just perfect technique to wait at the last second, reach in front, knock the ball down. I thought it was going to be caught, and then Turnbow gets in there and just makes a great defensive play.
Now, big drive here as Upperman already leads 7-0. 7:06 to go in the first quarter, and Bronston Chaffin has the ball again. That was his 8th touchdown pass of the season through 4 games and a little under a quarter. He's accounted for 14 so far. Upperman offensively entering tonight's game, 362 yards per game. They're averaging 43 points per contest while allowing just 13.5, and that is massively inflated by what those Macon County Tigers did to them a couple of weeks ago with a 21-point first quarter. Snap taken for Chaffin, rolls away from the pressure, fires into the flat, and it's incomplete. Looking for Phillips, well defended. A.J. Hunt showing off his ability to get out and cover. And it'll be 2nd and 10. How about this stat? Second quarters this year for Upperman. They've outscored their opponent 63-0 in 4 games. They've allowed 21 first half points this year, all of which came in those first 3 drives for Macon County a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
They've outscored their opponents by 118 points in their 4 wins.
Kind of sounds like my Tennessee Volunteers right now, doesn't it?
Hey, hello, Oklahoma. We're coming. 2nd down and 10. Go Vols. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as Sparta's defense tries to answer and get a stop. Chaffin with the snap. Rolls to his right. Fires receivers there. It's Brown again. It's the play they scored on. This time it's just a 5-yard gain. And it'll be 3rd down and 5 here for the Bees on the Sparta 44.
And, you know, Upperman is wanting to work those boundaries just so they can open up the running game. So they're Sparta, Upperman are kind of playing cat and mouse right now, kind of doing some of the similar things. They both want to run the football, but sometimes you've got to throw to the boundaries, try to open those lanes up a little bit.
Big 3rd and 5 here is the Sparta faithful trying to make some noise. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap, handoff to Polk. Polk gets hit at the line of scrimmage. He's being pushed forward. Ethan Polk now in a big pile up. He got about 3. The Sparta fans love it. Bet you $1 million Upperman goes for it on 4th down and 2 from the 41-yard line.
That's a much better bet than Matheny the other night, betting his mortgage, betting his house on Macon County going for 2. So I don't know about Matheny's bets.
Offense is on the field, and they bring in a couple of big boys. Colton Johnson into the game. This historically has been where they leave it in the gut of Bronston Chaffin and tell him to get forward. Big 4th and 2 play as the crowd tries to get loud. Chaffin with a hard count. Now he'll check over. 8 on the play clock. They may be about to, we'll see if they run a play here or not. 4 seconds. 3. He does take the snap. Going to hand to Polk. Polk gets a first down and more. There goes Ethan Polk to the 35, to the 30, 25, 20. Caught from behind and brought down to the 15. He needed 2. He got 25. It's a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy. First down for the Upperman Bees. Darvon Richmond there defensively. Isaiah Kelso there as well. And Sparta got him to that 4th and 2 with the blocking up front on the left side of the offensive line with Maynard and Bohan. Frees up the gap for Ethan Polk.
It's just backbreaking right there for White County. I mean, it's just a huge play. You get a stop there at your football, and then Polk just bursts up the middle.
Mount Juliet makes it 10-0 over Cookville over on UCR 2. 2 receivers to the right. Chaffin takes the snap. He's keeping it himself this time. Chaffin wiggles through the blockers, and now 4 different Warriors are there for a gain of 2. And again, that's what Sparta was looking for tonight. 2-yard runs for Chaffin instead of 8-yard runs. They get him there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Darvon Richmond there again with the stop. Gage Stevenson in there as well. The 2-headed monster in the backfield. Ethan Polk and Bronston Chaffin combined entering this game on the ground have over 700 yards and 13 touchdowns.
They just subbed in Pinion at safety.
Trip Pinion played safety a lot last year, has not played it as much this year, and Adam Kane wants to talk about things as they are into the Baxter Family Dentistry Red Zone, also presented by the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm. 4:56 to go. We'll take a 30-second break with them and come right back.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back as a big 2nd and 8 play up coming down in the red zone for the Bees. They're on the Sparta 13-yard line. That is the second timeout burned by Adam Kane in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the right for Bronston Chaffin. The band rocking to our left. Chaffin with a loaded up box in front of him. 10 bodies there. Snap taken. Rolls to his right. Fires. Fitz is there. He makes the catch. He has the first down. He has the touchdown. Give him 6. Touchdown, Upperman. The second passing touchdown of the quarter for Bronston Chaffin. This time it's to Elijah Fitz for an E.J. Barnes touchdown for the Bees.
And, you know, it's unfair at this point. Upperman just has so many different weapons on offense. It's just hard to pick your poison on who you're going to sell out and stop. And it's just a very, very, very tough offense to defend.
It's also a 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles touchdown for the Bees.
Guys.
Roberts on to kick the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is low. It's spinning, and it is good. 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Upperman strikes with a couple of big punches. They lead 14-0. We'll be back after a word from our friends at Tee-Up in Baxter.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Upperman with 2 touchdown passes from Bronston Chaffin, 1 to Theo Brown, 1 to Elijah Fitz, and the Bees lead 14-0, and Sparta needs an answer now. They trailed 21-0 early last year, clawed back to make it interesting, but as we said entering this game, they could not do it this year. This Upperman's team, better than they were a year ago. This Sparta team has been better than they were a year ago. That danger red light is on as Roberts kicks this one away. It's going to be fielded back on the 10-yard line, now looking for blockers in front, trying to cut it upfield, and being hit and taken down is Darvon Richmond. Nothing doing there in kick coverage. Colton Johnson gets down there, the sophomore who he's going to play college football in 2 years. He's 6'2", 200 pounds as a linebacker and tight end. And now a Sparta offense that got 1 first down and then was stymied heads back out for 1st and 10.
And you don't want to say that the game is almost out of reach because we've got a lot of football to play, but you feel if it's 3 and out here, you make a mistake, you're going to dig yourself a big hole that's going to, against a team like Upperman, it's going to be hard to get out of.
A big problem. Upperman's been pretty uncontested down the field. Still going empty. Spread offense here. Coach Kane said they're going to play their base defense until Sparta made them get out of it. They trust their guys on the outside. Motion man across the line. Snap taken, play fake. Pinion's going to keep it himself, looking to bounce it. He is hit and taken down, and a flag comes in right in the area of holding. Branson Turnbow, he's got a pass break up. He's got a tackle, and this is going to be a hold. Ethan Polk also got in there defensively, and it is a hold. Somebody got a whole lot of a white jersey down there on the line, and it's going to be 1st and 20 for Sparta.
And we talk about, I don't know that we've talked about this on air, but the holding rule change from last year is they've mimicked the NFL rules. So used to, if you held 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, they would mark it off an additional 10 yards, and it would be 1st and 12 here. And now last year they changed the rules to mimic the NFL rule.
I hated that rule so much.
It's a huge penalty if you hold 6 yards deep. It shouldn't be 16 yards.
No doubt. Empty set again for Pinion. Colton Johnson shows blitz, now backs off. Pinion has the snap. He's dropping back to pass. Looking left. Receiver's there, and it's incomplete. Looking for Antonio Purvis down the seam. Fitz was there on the back end, and it's 2nd and 20 upcoming here for Sparta, who is staying committed to throwing the football.
And again, the receiver's open there. Pinion just a little bit too much error on the ball. Great play. Great play call. Receiver's open. Big play if they can connect on that.
Join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone Show. Myself and Justin Matheny. Recap all of tonight's ball games. It's a big week. When it's a big week, he shows up. Love it. We're going to have some fun later on. Tune in. Pinion calls for and has the shotgun snap. Out of the empty set. Drops back, fires into the flat. Receiver's there, and he makes the catch. 1-on-1. Richmond will be hit. And now the cavalry arrives for Upperman. Theo Brown finished him off after Carmine Phillips got him on the ground. And it's going to be 3rd down and long, albeit more manageable now at 3rd and 11.
Again, you mentioned it, but White County is committed to the pass just to try to spread this Upperman defense out and try to open up what they're really trying to do. But Upperman's just not budging right now.
3rd down and 12. Like Coach Kane said, they were going to play their defense tonight until they had to get out of it and make an adjustment. Receivers moving all over the place, and we've got another timeout called. Coach Kane, he's burned all 3 of them in the first 8.5 minutes of a game. They're leading 14-0. 3rd and 12. We'll come back with the play when we come back. Don't go anywhere. This is the high school football game of the week presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. This is the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Big 3rd and 12 play here for Sparta. who's in very big danger if they do not convert this right now. We talked about it on the coaches show on UC Game Day morning. Felt like Upperman had their fall asleep game in that first quarter against a very good Macon County team. They almost got buried because of it. They have a fully awake Upperman team here on the road tonight. Sparta needs an answer, and here comes a unique set. 4 out to the right side, 1 to the left. This is a college football 25 formation that glitches the game. Pinion alone in the backfield, and we'll see if this is for him to keep it himself. Pinion calls for the snap. Now he gets it. He's dropping back, looking right. Now he's forced out. Being spied the whole way. Pinion with his eyes downfield. Now he's going to try and tuck it and run. There goes Trip Pinion. Caught from behind. He gets hit, and he falls forward. Trip Pinion doing Trip Pinion things for a 13-yard gain and a critical Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for Sparta.
And I feel like even though he's looking downfield there, I feel like that's run the whole way, unless something's wide open. But, hey, Trip Pinion, this is why people paid to come here and watch this kid play.
Mentioned his stats entering this year, bonkers. His stats this year are more balanced, but still bonkers. Now they're going to flip the set, same formation we just saw as they're trying to space out this football field. Pinion calls for the snap. Going to fire the screen to the outside with numbers, and it's dropped, and it is a backwards pass, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with that pass right there to make sure that it's not backwards and give Upperman a chance to recover that.
2:51 to go in the first quarter. So far, Upperman in control. 2 first downs for Sparta, 1 on each drive. A touchdown drive here for Sparta, and it's all good. We're back to playing football. Trips to the left, 1 to the right for Trip Pinion. Cole Sims going to be in the backfield with him. It is a very good basketball tandem as well at the guard spots. Pinion calls for and has the snap. He's dropping back to pass again. Fires right on the quick hitter. Receiver makes his catch on his knees. Going down to get it is Demarius Dowell, and that makes it 3rd and much manageable. 3rd and 2 upcoming here for the Warriors.
Tackled by Elijah Fitz. That brings up 3rd and 3 for the Warriors.
3rd and 2 upcoming here for Sparta.
Correction, 3rd and 2.
2 receivers each way, 2.5 to go in the first quarter. And still throwing it a lot, White County. Some soft coverage on the near side. Pinion has the snap. He's dropping back to pass, and now he's going to tuck it and run. Design quarterback run. He has the first down as he's going to be hit and taken down, but he got 3.5, 4 yards. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for White County. Colton Johnson comes in for the tackle. And now Sparta starting to march. 2 first downs on the drive.
This is exactly what White County's looking for. Let's catch our breath. Let's do what our script told us to do. Gosh, I'm going to say it. Stay on schedule. Sorry, Justin. But this is what White County wants to do.
Mike Sloan, the offensive coordinator and play caller, trying to get in his bag. 5 receivers set all over the place. But Upperman still has 5 in the box. Shotgun snap to Pinion. Looking to his left, being pressured in the backfield. Gets away from Johnson. Now fires downfield, and it's incomplete. He was moving to his left. That's a tough throw, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he couldn't set his feet on that. The receiver's open, but he just can't set his feet there and get as much power on the ball as he wants there.
If you haven't already and you're watching on Facebook, we ask that you hit the share button, hit like, comment along with us. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Getting a lot of subscribers there. We welcome you in. Comment along with us there as well. If you're watching on the NFHS network, we welcome you. If you're listening on 106.1 The Eagle, we welcome you all over the place. You can watch this big-time game. Pinion with the snap. That power read, he's going to hand off to Sims. Sims gets around the right side. Now he tries to cut it upfield. Fits with the tackle. They love that power read play with good reason. It's a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and short here for Sparta.
And again, that's a great play when you have 2 athletic kids like Sims and Pinion there. Any team's going to take those 2 kids in the backfield.
Remember they ran that play 1,000 times against Franklin County in the playoff game with Malachi Dowell and Trip Pinion a couple of years ago? They ran it every play.
They both had 200 yards?
They ran it every play.
Hey.
It was unbelievable. First playoff win in school history. Now they run it the opposite way, and Pinion's going to keep it. Breaks a tackle. There goes Trip Pinion, and Sparta driving. Another Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for the White County Warriors as they are all the way down to the Upperman 34-yard line. 49 seconds to go in the quarter. It's Colton Johnson. He's been busy so far. Makes the tackle again, and they need him to become this team's leading tackler in the absence of Walter Kane.
And that gain is enough for another Warrior. First down.
2 each way. Could be the final play of the quarter. Pinion with Sims on his left. Calls for and has the snap. Dropping back. Looking right. Has time. Now he's going to roll the other way. He could run it forever if he wants to. He's going to throw it deep downfield instead. Receiver there. Jump ball. Tipped into the air and it's intercepted. Theo Brown picks it off to the 10, to the 20. Brown weaving upfield to the 30. There goes Theo Brown. Flag comes in. It's coming back. It's a foot race with Brown and Dowell that Brown will win with his speed. But we've got a blindside block, I believe, here. It'll take away the 6, but it'll still be the pick. And Upperman gets the turnover they're looking for. We'll wait on the flag. Agree, Jeremy? Probably blindside block.
Well, I was
block in the
watching
back.
Theo Brown. I did not see it, but if that is what it is, then live ball foul happened after the interception. Upperman gets to keep the ball. Should be 15 yards. We're inside the 30, so it'll be half the distance. And Upperman gets to keep the ball 1st and 10.
Jump ball. It went off the helmet of Phillips. It is a personal foul against Upperman. It is still going to be first down for the Bees, we believe. They didn't signal it from the white hat, though. But, Jeremy, this should be – the flag came in well after the interception, so it should be 1st and 10 Bees. And Bronston Chaffin's putting his helmet on. It will be with 2.4 seconds to go. And that's what Sparta's going to want to have back. Could have run for probably 15, 20 yards, took the shot, and Phillips was right there, and Brown following it up.
And, again, the receiver's open. I think it's the right read. It's the timing, which is a tad off, and I don't think he got as much on the ball as he wanted, and the defender's able to catch up with that, and the bounce just goes Upperman's way on that.
Livingston leads Pickett. It's only 6-0 after the first quarter. Adrian Jenkins, quarterback for Livingston, got hurt last week in that game in Baxter. Mount Juliet just punted on 3rd down. That is not a joke. Not sure why, but they did.
What's the score?
10-0 Mount Juliet.
Wow.
1st and 10 upcoming here for Upperman after the turnover. First interception of the season for Brown, 5th of the year for Upperman defensively. And Sparta had the drive, and now they got to go back on defense. Chaffin takes the snap. Play fake, going to keep it himself up the middle. There goes Bronston Chaffin. Watch out. 30, 35, 40, where he's hit, spinning forward to the 44, and gets fallen on late, but he is down, and that is a cap to a dominant first quarter for the Upperman Bees. After one, they lead 14-0. This is the high school football game of the week presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Welcome back as we enter the second quarter. Upperman's lead 14-0. Sparta driving for the first time on their second drive, but then an interception on a jump ball deflects up into the air. Theo Brown picks it off. He ran back for 100 yards, but he got called back on a blindside block. But it is still 1st and 10 Upperman after a long run for Bronston Chaffin on their own 45-yard line. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. Madison McKay producing things for us as Ethan Polk barrels into the teeth of that big Sparta front for a gain of 2. Biggest area of improvement in my mind from last year to this year for Sparta, that front 7 has taken big leaps. They were very young last year as Isaiah Coso leads that defensive front and makes the tackle there. Now, instead of freshmen and sophomores, they're seniors, juniors, and sophomores.
One thing we've not seen White County with tonight is the blitz, and the reason being is Upperman's keeping the ball on the inside the majority of the time, and you just really have to bottle up to try to stop that.
2nd and 8 here for the Bees. Chaffin takes the snap. Play fake, fires quick hitter out to Phillips. Carmine Phillips to the 50. Phillips breaks a tackle to the 45 and out of bounds after Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy. First down for Upperman, a gain of 10. Haven't said his name tonight outside of that tip ball, Carmine Phillips. Another big-time weapon for this Upperman squad. They'll spot him down on the Sparta 46. One thing I'm noticing, Jeremy, Sparta not getting down these skill position players on their first attempt in the open field. Brown breaks a tackle on his touchdown. So does Fitz. That time Phillips does it to get the first down.
And again, conditioning is that too. I mean, Upperman's been on the field a long time in the first quarter, and these defenders played a lot of snaps.
1st and 10, snap taken, play fake for Chaffin himself up the middle. Chaffin pinballs forward. It is 5 different Warriors there, and he finishes with 6 yards after contact. It's why Derek Mason just offered him to come play at MTSU, and it's Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy first down. JoJo Dowell, Damon Conley in on the tackle. This band is awesome. Every time we come to Sparta, it's just
I love it.
It's the best.
The environment here is awesome.
They got fried Oreos over there, by the way.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, bring me something. That's fine. Trips out to the left side. For Chaffin, 1st and 10, has the snap. Blockers pulling everywhere. They give to Polk. Down after a gain of 2. And on first downs tonight, Sparta's been pretty good, getting them down in 2 yards as opposed to 6 or 7. That was one of the keys to the game. 2nd down, though, they've had some problems. Don't forget what we mentioned earlier on. Upperman in second quarters this year has outscored opponents 63-0. We're in the second quarter here, and it's 2nd and 8 for the Bees.
And again, we said it 2 series ago, but this is an absolute almost have-to series for White County. I mean, they have to hold them out of the end zone. They just cannot allow Upperman just to continue to dig and dig and dig that hole, because you're going to run out of clock to be able to dig back.
Mount Juliet starting to pull away. They lead 17-0 midway through the second over on UCR2 over Cookeville. Chaffin around right side. Waits for the blockers. Now he's to the 30. He's to the 25. Chaffin, he's just going to tiptoe out of bounds after another gain of 13 yards. And Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy. First down, Antonio Purvis forces him out.
And again, we've talked about it, but Upperman's just got so many weapons and so many different ways to push the ball around. They are opening up the run game by these quick out passes. And I'll tell you, it's just so hard to defend multidimensional offenses like this where there's a skill guy at every position.
Yeah, there's not very many empty seats. And then you look around the outside and how many people are standing. Great crowd on hand.
It's too deep over here.
It's unbelievable. One receiver each way for the Bees. 1st and 10, Chaffin takes a snap, handoff to Polk. Polk rumbles again and finishes forward for a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down as we go under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Brandon Phillip, the senior linebacker there defensively. And so far, I think this is going exactly according to the script of Adam Kane over there on that Upperman sideline.
It is. We talked about it in that picture on the keys to the game, that really good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I forget who that was.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
we talked about it. But establishing the run, that's what they want to do. You establish the run, you build off of that, and like you said, Upperman script. Everything they want to do right now, they're doing, and they're not making any mistakes.
To the left, motion man goes across. Chaffin takes the snap, play fakes one way, now hands to Polk. There goes Polk, and he hurdles over a defender. Ethan Polk up and over for a gain of 12. And Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy. First down into the Baxter Family Dentistry and Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone. My goodness. Air Polk. It's 1st and goal from the 5 for Upperman, who's trying to make it 21-0 for the second consecutive year against the White County Warriors.
And I wasn't there last year, but that second half was fun, though, wasn't it? Last year?
It turned into backyard football.
Absolutely.
It was chaos. Sparta converted a 3rd and 22, a 4th and 18. Got an onside kick. Scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, but it's too little too late. Chaffin takes the snap, hand off to Polk on 1st and goal, and Ethan Polk pinballs his way Is he down? Nope. Give him 6. Touchdown, Upperman. Ethan Polk from 5 yards out, and it is all Bees, 20-0 with just under 8 to play in the second quarter. It's an EJ's Barnes touchdown and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles touchdown for the Bees. Roberts on to kick the extra point. All Upperman on the road, and they have silenced a huge home crowd. Snap, set, kick. The best one so far tonight for Roberts, and it's 21-0 with 7:53 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back after 30 seconds in the high school football game of the week, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Gut check time for the White County Warriors. They trail Upperman 21-0. Upperman 3 for 3 on touchdown drives. 7:53 to go in the second quarter. Here's a stat for you, Jeremy. Remember the Macon County game, Upperman down 21-6, 4th and 4 in their own end, in their own red zone. They call a timeout, they go for it, they get it. Since that moment, outside of an end-of-half situation, Upperman starters have scored on every single drive, and it's been touchdowns on every single drive. 21-0 with 7:53 to go in the second quarter.
And listen, White County's a good team.
They
White
are
County
very
is a
good.
great team. And White County can lock in right now and make this game competitive.
They
This
get the
game
ball
is
to start
not
the
over.
second half.
Exactly. This game's not over. However, you can't let Upperman just keep dictating everything they want to do.
Roberts boots it. He goes right through the hands of the Warriors. He picks it up, and he is hit and put down. First one there. Finishing it off was Theo Brown. And nothing going right now for Sparta. They had some life on their last drive, but the pick ended it. Cody Lowe was in there first in kick coverage. 7:46 to go in the first half, and we kind of flirted with it before. Sparta has to score a touchdown on this drive, or else they are in grave danger of being down huge heading into their locker room.
And again, the read option, I'll tell you, that worked. Let's get more of that.
This is the same formation they ran the entirety of last year's game until that fourth quarter. 2 receivers stacked to the right. They'll motion a man out in Cole Sims. Pinion in the backfield has the snap. Play fakes. Now he's going to run it himself. Bounces around. Now he'll be hit and taken down. Theo Brown got him around the hips. It's a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
Tackled by Theo Brown.
Last year, went back and watched the game, of course, getting ready for this one. 2 receivers stacked. They motion 2 across the line and do various things out of that formation. They get back into it here, trailing by 21. 2nd and 9 here for Sparta.
You know, obviously they want to try to lighten the box there to try to get these running lanes open.
The motion Sims again, same thing we just saw. This time Pinion takes the snap. He's going to fire it, and it's intercepted. Branson Turnbow caught from behind at the 10, but he picks it off. Read it the entire way, and with 7:01 to go in the first half, Upperman showing why they are the favorite in Class 4A here in Week 5.
And again, great defensive play by Turnbow there. Just read the ball, worked toward the ball, and they're lucky it's not a pick 6.
Telegraphed that when they ran the same motion on the previous play, faked the screen. That time they throw it. Turnbow, one of the fastest players in the area, picks it off. And now 1st and 10, 1st and goal, Upperman on the 10-yard line. Chaffin has 2 touchdown passes so far. And there's a delay here, and Upperman does not have a timeout left. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 15 after this delay of game that they're going to have to take with 5 seconds on the play clock. They try to get lined up. No way they're going to get it off in time. 0 on the play clock, and there it is. It's a delay of game. So it'll be first and goal from the 15 and a break for Sparta. I think Bronston Chaffin may not have had his helmet when that happened on that change.
Still first down.
That was a big-time play by Branson Turnbow to
No,
get that
it was,
one off.
you know, physically it's a great interception, but mentally just being able to read that, trip, strong arm, trying to get it to the boundary, and he just steps in front of it.
First and goal from the 15 after the delay of game. Motion man across is Phillips. Snap taken. They're going to give it to him. Carmine Phillips on the edge. He turns it up to the 10. Erases the penalty yardage as he'll be pushed out of bounds after a gain of 5 or 6. It'll be second and goal. Upperman. 6:45 to play in the first half. Brandon Phillip escorts him out of bounds. Stick around during the Happy Heller halftime show. We'll take you around the state, look at the scoreboard. We'll, of course, talk about this first half, preview the second. Right now, Upperman flexing its muscles. 21-0, 6:29 to play in the first half. And the clock ran down about 15 seconds after he ran out of bounds there. One receiver each way for Chaffin. Sparta shows blitz. They're bringing it off the edge. Hand off to Polk. Polk gets cut down by that blitzer off the edge. Huge opportunity for Sparta defensively to get momentum back. It'll be third and goal from the 8 as Darvon Richmond got him down.
Hey, big play for White County right there.
Stevenson and A.J. Hunt. Brings up a third down.
Midway point of the second quarter. 3rd and 8. Upperman has gotten halfway there after being pushed back on their own volition on a delay of game. After the interception by Branson Turnbow. 2 picks in the first half for Upperman defensively. Snap taken. Chaffin rolls out to his right. It's a reverse to Carmine Phillips, and he can walk, and he will, to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Upperman. In the 7 years Adam Kane's been in Baxter, that's the first reverse I can ever remember them running, and it's EJ's Barnes and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles touchdown.
Just a well-designed play. That reminds me of yours or my flag football plays, by the way, but well-designed play. And the thing is Chaffin is just such a bruiser. It's just so hard to you've got to attack him to get him down, try to get him in the backfield, and then they flip it to Phillips there. It's really unfair.
Snap, set, kick, good. Dominance. 5:42 to go in the first half. It's 28-0. Upperman on top of White County. We'll be back with more in the high school football game of the week, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown, Realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to present this home being offered for sale for the first time. With 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a bonus room, and a basement with over 4,000 square feet under one roof, this home also boasts a fenced-in backyard and storage building with plenty of room for your boat. Located on 7.7 private acres, this home on 2139 Austin Bottom Road, just minutes to Baxter and Cookeville, is just what you need. Call Sonia Brown, Realtor with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 for more information today.
Welcome back. The extra point was missed. I'm blind. It's 27-0. 5:42 to go. Sparta will get the ball to start the second half. Can I make a suggestion, Jeremy?
Go ahead, sir.
They should just let Trip Pinion run the football a lot more.
And again, we talked about in the keys to the game, you've got to trust. You got to dance with the person that got you here. You've got to trust your best athlete.
Kickoff fielded at the 22-yard line, looking for a return. Broken tackle, still on his feet now. He'll dance out of bounds at the 40. Cole Sims with a very good carry. Official just took a tumble trying to get through. And now there's going to be a flag on the sideline as the official was trying to run up to spot it, and some of the Warriors were coming onto the field. I don't know what the call is. Jeremy, you will.
It's sideline interference, and unfortunately, that if it could be a warning, but if it is sideline interference, unfortunately, it's 15 yards. I mean, that's a tough penalty for White County right now. Enforces a dead ball, so at the end of the run, back them up 15. Just brack baking. back-breaking penalty.
Is this going to be 15 here? Would that make it 1st and 25
if
it is 15?
Foul. Oh, it's a warning.
It's just
Good.
a sideline warning.
Good.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Make it 42 for White County. Actually, all the way to the 43. 5:05 to go. We'll get it eventually.
You and I have said this several times, but White County has to get something going if they want to even have a chance to get in here.
Had one promising drive. It ended with an interception on a jump ball. Still not over. Sparta is explosive. They got to have a quick change and find a way to slow down this Upperman offense, which still has scored on every drive since that 4th down conversion. Pinion has the snap. Going to keep it himself up the middle. There goes Trip Pinion wiggling around. He'll be cut down. Upperman's been very good against him. As coming up to make that tackle was Ethan Polk. Also in there defensively, Tate Porath. Mentioned his name a little bit earlier. Playing fullback on offense. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Warriors, working right to left on your radio dial if you're listening over on 106.1 The Eagle. Three to the right, one to the left. Snap taken, Pinion. He's going to give it off to the right side. JoJo Dowell, he's hit, stays on his feet, and now he is popped. Got a couple of extra yards, though. Makes it 3rd down and 3 with 4 minutes, 22 seconds to play. Colton Johnson and Branson Turnbow there defensively.
And again, a staple of Coach Kane's defense. The defensive line is doing a really good job attacking the offensive line from White County, giving the linebackers room to work.
Watch these two over on the right, Jeremy. Adam Kane and Blake Satterfield. Very different demeanors on the sideline, but both working in tandem. Trips to the left, one to the right. Now they'll motion a man across in the form of Gage Stevenson. Player of the game last week. Pretty quiet so far this week. Snap taken. Pinion's keeping it himself. Tries to jump through the middle. He'll be hit and taken down short of the line to gain. 4th and a yard, and there is no decision for Curtis Beatty. The Warriors have to go for this. Zach Maynard in there defensively, the senior. Again, 3:36. They can just get a touchdown.
Put some points on the board.
They could be down 2 possessions before Upperman's offense touches it again.
Put some points on the board, regroup, and you get the ball to start the second half.
Trips to the left, one to the right. Pinion in the gun on 4th and a yard. Takes the snap. Power read. Keeps it himself up the middle. He's hit in the backfield. Driven backwards. It depends entirely on the spot. The near side official doesn't have him there, I don't think. But this has not been consistent tonight, and he is not the one who spots it. Oh, this is close, Jeremy. And it is a 1st down. No measurement. They give him the Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down. Theo Brown gets Pinion down. He keeps Sparta alive with 3:13 to go.
Theo Brown blitzing there, did a really good job of wrapping up Pinion and making that close.
Motion man across to Stevenson. He's going to that fullback spot. Pinion has the snap. Going to give off. Dowell now rumbles up through the middle. Breaks one tackle. Will be cut down. And on this drive, White County getting back to their roots. Pounding the rock as it'll be 2nd down and a long 6. And it's Porath there again defensively.
Tackled by Tate Porath and Andrew Bohan.
2.5 to play in the first half. Sparta wants to take 2.5 minutes on this drive and finish it with 7. Pinion has the shotgun snap. Gives off again to JoJo Dowell. Dowell bounces it upfield. Now there he goes. An electric athlete. The ball's out. It's on the ground. And it's recovered by Upperman. Elijah Fitz falls on it. And what can go wrong has gone wrong. Upperman football again, the 3rd turnover of the half as it pops out of the hands of the ball carrier, and a Warrior is down injured. It's one of the linemen with 2:14 to go in the 2nd quarter. We'll take a break while he is tended to by Brent Ryan and the great training staff here in Sparta.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Meadow Road in Cookeville. With 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, this beautiful brick ranch could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The injured Warrior is back on his feet and being helped off the field by the trainers. Can't get a great look at the number. Now we do have it. And that is Damon Conley, the junior two-way starter, who we hope is okay. He's gingerly limping off the field. But another turnover, this time a fumble for Sparta. Their third of the half, 2 interceptions and a fumble. And now Upperman with 2:14 trying to go in and have the third quarter start with a running clock.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for White County. They're getting a little momentum, kind of getting back to what we see White County doing, running the ball inside, having some success, and then, unfortunately, the ball just pops loose.
York leads Tellico Plains over on UCR3, 22-0 at the half. Casey and Jack Bolden. If you haven't heard Jack Bolden, he was here in Sparta last year with Warrior Media. Now he's graduated. He's in college at MTSU. He's with us at UCR, rock star of the future. Carmine Phillips catches the quick hitter. There he goes. Phillips to the 40, to the 45-50. It's a foot race, and Trip Pinion gets him out of bounds, but not before a gain of 30. All the way down to the Sparta 41-yard line. It's another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy first down, and Upperman cutting through the defense like a knife through hot butter. I'll be honest, Jeremy, I didn't see this coming to this level.
No, and again, we talked about it. White County is a great football team, and part of it is on White County for the turnovers, but Upperman is right now, until somebody proves differently, they're just in the class by themselves.
2 to the left, the number 1 ranked team in the Tennessee Sports Writers Association poll. Chaffin keeps it himself, jukes upfield to be cut down after a gain of 4. We go under 2 to play in the half. They're the number 1 ranked team in the UC top 5, and you can argue with a wall about that after what they're doing here tonight. It's not changing. Spoiler alert. I'll just go ahead and get out in front of the coaches' show. It's not changing.
To ruin any suspense.
Would love to get a score update from the Gordonsville-DeKalb County game. If anybody in the comments wants to put it, we will have it at halftime. That would help us out. We're keeping a close eye on that one. 2 receivers out to the left. Chaffin with the snap, looks left, fires the quick hitter. Receiver makes the catch, and it's more Branson Turnbow on the outside. It's another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy, first down for the Bees. 1:22 to play in the first half. Again, it's a running clock in the second half if it's above a 30-point lead, and Upperman's on the doorstep of doing that.
Tackled by Darvon Richmond. First down, Upperman.
It was 42-0 last week against Livingston at the half. Starters only played a half a week ago. It's 27-0 as we go to 60 seconds to play in the first half here. Upperman does not have a timeout left. Keep an eye on that. They're not in a hurry yet. Chaffin play fakes, looking downfield. Fires the quick hitter right into the breadbasket of Branson Turnbow, who tiptoes out of bounds at the 10. And it's another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy, first down into the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm and Baxter Family Dentistry red zone. Darvon Richmond in coverage. 1st and 10, Upperman from the 11 with 48 seconds to go. Clock stopped as he goes out of bounds. Theo Brown, Elijah Fitz checking back into the game. Branson Turnbow gets a breather here. 2 passing, 2 rushing touchdowns so far for Upperman. What are they looking for here as Sparta tries to get something on the defensive side of the ball? Chaffin with the snap, carries around right side. Now he stutter steps. He's being carried down. We've got a flag in. That'll stop the clock with 41 seconds. And it looks like a hold against the Bees. So a chance for Sparta with 41 seconds, no timeout for the opponent to bow up and get a stop.
And again, White County at this point will take anything they can get. It's just not went their way in the first half. This penalty back them up, try to keep them out of the end zone. Go in at halftime, regroup. Let's talk about it. What's working, what's not working, and let's get out here and just try to flip this a little bit.
1st and 10. Make it 1st and 20, my apologies. And the clock is running. 37 seconds to go. Upperman's going to run out of time here. Not sure if they're aware that the clock is running. 30 seconds. They're going to need a shot play in a hurry. 28 seconds. No urgency for Bromsden Chaffin, albeit with a big lead. 23 seconds. Has the snap with 20. Rolls to his left. Fires the out. Receivers there. It's Turnbow. Turnbow going to wisely dart out of bounds with 15 seconds. Clock runs down an extra tick. Trip Pinion forces him out. And Upperman's fans, they want that extra second. It stops with 14 seconds to go on 2nd and 11. Burning those timeouts early is all well and good until you're in this situation late in the half. Sparta will receive the second half kickoff. They'll break the huddle, and now probably the play callers are trying to get into the end zone for Upperman. Not enough time to run two unless you're very quick. Chaffin takes the snap, play fake, dropping back, fires the wheel, looking for Polk, and he makes the catch. Give him 6. Touchdown, Upperman. The jump rainbow from Bromsden Chaffin. His 3rd touchdown pass of the half, and Upperman has pulled away. 33-0 with 8 seconds to go in the half.
It's just a dagger for White County. The clock's about to run out, trying to keep them out of the end zone, to keep this game as close as it possibly can be. And Chaffin just does what Chaffin does. We noticed that in the Lebanon game. Just arching the ball, his touch this year has really improved.
And Adam Kane wants the point back. He's going for 2. And sometimes there's still some confusion over that running clock rule. Remember that? It used to be 35.
Correct.
Now it's 30. So keep that in mind. They're going to go Wildcat. Carmine Phillips at the quarterback spot with Ethan Polk on his left. Motion man is Theo Brown. Snap to Phillips. Hands off to Brown. Brown on the sweep to the edge. He's cut down. Did he get in? He did. 2-point conversion is good. It is 35-0. It's an EJ's Barnes touchdowns and a 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles touchdown for the Bees.
Coach Beatty goes in at half. He's just got to chalk it up and try to find something that's going to work to slow down this Upperman offense. We talked about it, but just so many weapons. And again, tonight what we've seen is reverses, Wildcat, also just completely multidimensional. I'll tell you, this offense is scary. This offense is scary.
If you doubted the hype of this Upperman team, that's done now. It's 35-0 in a half against a very good 4A football team.
They're a great
with
football
a Mr.
team.
Football contender leading the way. A team that rolled into Stone Memorial last week and won by 2 scores, 28-12. A team that pushed a good 6A team, Cookeville, to the brink on the road 2 weeks ago. But this is a different animal tonight. In white and black from Baxter. .9 seconds for some Trip Pinion magic. Sparta will look for a return to stave off a running clock to open up the 3rd quarter. Roberts to kick it away, and he will squib it up the middle, and it's fielded on the ground to knock it dead at the 24. 7.3 as 1 tick runs off the clock. So Trip Pinion will lead his troops back out onto the field here. Livingston leads Pickett County over on UCR 4, 19-0 at the half. So Livingston going to get back into the win column, and for Livingston, they're going to be 3-2 midway through the season.
Coach Hauser's doing such a great job in Livingston.
Next week for these 2 squads, Upperman has Cumberland County. Sparta, they're going to have to turn the page. Macon County comes to town. 2 receivers each way for Trip Pinion, working right to left. Now they'll motion, trying to flip the coverage around. Upperman does not oblige. Pinion takes the shotgun snap, looking left. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got room to run. Pinion, it's bottled up quickly, and he'll be finished off on the final play of one of the more dominant first halves you're going to see, given the circumstances. After 2 quarters, it's Upperman 35, White County 0. When we come back after a word from all of our sponsors, we'll have the Happy Hiller halftime show. Take a look around the state and scores from all across the area. Recap the first half, preview the second. Don't go anywhere. This is the high school football game of the week on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we... Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Real Estate Collective Sparta team consists of dedicated real estate professionals passionate about helping individuals and families achieve their real estate goals in their home of Sparta. Rico Sparta are your trusted hometown realtors. Focused on people over profits, Rico Sparta can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-837-8371 or visit them online at letsgorico.com. Rico Sparta is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Sonia Brown, Realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to present this home being offered for sale for the first time. With 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a bonus room, and a basement with over 4,000 square feet under one roof, this home also boasts a fenced-in backyard and storage building with plenty of room for your boat. Located on 7.7 private acres, this home on 2139 Austin Bottom Road, just minutes to Baxter and Cookeville, is just what you need. Call Sonia Brown, Realtor with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 for more information today.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Meadow Road in Cookeville. With 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, this beautiful brick ranch could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Live.
Welcome back as it's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break, it is all Upperman. Do not adjust your screen. It is correct. 35-0 Bees in front of White County. The Warriors will receive the second half kickoff. First, let's take a look around the state. Some very eye-catching scores from around the state, especially one in 6A that we will get to. Jeremy, take it away.
That Murfreesboro game, we're going to get to that. That's going to be fun. Final, Pigeon Forge over Chucky Doak, 56-3. Cott County, 31. David Crockett, 28. Hampton, 46-6 over Cumberland Gap. Happy Valley, 27-13 over Eagleton Academy. Elizabethton, 42 over Daniel Boone, 0. Good game. Granger, Sullivan East, 24-21. Granger in the third quarter. Jefferson County, 21-14 over Morristown East in the fourth quarter.
There we go.
Ashe County, North Carolina, losing to Johnson County, 28-24. Greenville, 42-6. Greenville's a team that one of these teams in this region could see in the playoffs.
One more time. Greenville,
42-6 over Morristown West.
I'm sorry, though. I watched Greenville in person last year. I don't care who it is. I'm picking the Upper Cumberland team. I'm telling you, I'm doing it.
North Green, 56-8 over Hancock County. Hey, great game right here. Maryville, 22-17. 1 second to go in the fourth quarter over undefeated Science Hill.
Is that good? That's a good game right there.
Jellicoe, 30 over, give me that name again.
Unica.
What'd I say, Unaka?
Unaka. And he said it on the wrong headset with me and Justin.
Oh, I know.
We lost it.
Unicoi County, 47-12 over West Green. William Blunt, 53-13 over West Ridge.
Well, this is a stunner.
Very stunning. Alcoa, 43-0 over 0-4 Austin East. Bearden, 35-7 over Hardin Valley. Bledsoe County bounced back, 35-6 over Wartburg at the half. Cleveland.
What a win that is for York last week to beat that Bledsoe County team.
You know, and what's funny is, obviously I wasn't there. I don't know if they play 10 times. I don't know how many times York wins. But last Friday night,
you know what it does?
They decided
it makes them the favorite in the region.
Absolutely.
It makes them the clear favorite in that region.
Cleveland, 24-17 over Ray County in the fourth. Cofield, 34-27 over Harriman in the fourth. Fulton, 20-14 over Gatlinburg-Pittman in the fourth. Greenback in the bottom of the sixth inning is beating Oakdale 8-6.
The fighting Michael Lindsay's.
Polk County 14-0 over Oneida, started the fourth quarter.
That's a big region game in that York region.
Oliver Springs 28-13 over Rockwood in the third quarter. Anderson County 56-12 over Seymour. Morgan Wallenville. Gibbs, and he's in Knoxville tonight.
I'll be there on Sunday night at Neyland Stadium. Absolutely. Well, so my favorite artist is Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
My wife's favorite artist is Hardy. And they're both playing at Neyland Stadium, which, of course, if you know me, is a cathedral.
I understand.
Can't wait.
I understand. Midway over Sunbright, 35-8. Halftime, York over Tellico Plains, 22-0. West, 21-14 over Central at the half. Here is the Murfreesboro game we were going to talk about.
Yes.
We looked at the scores, and this one just jumped out at the page.
Yes.
Halftime, 2-2 Blackman on top of undefeated Oakland, 3-0.
Huge.
And again, you know, that region is similar to this region. Is there are 3 or 4 teams at the top. On any given night, if you don't play well, you're going to go home a loser. I mean, that's just – listen, when these regions are balanced like that, and just like Upperman, Oakland has been, you know, the Cinderella at the ball. But if you don't play your game, things like this can happen. Blackman may hang on to beat them.
Can I make a bold prediction?
They're not going
They're not going to do that. Final score 42-3.
I'm not wasting a Noah Tradamus on that.
Okay, just
okay,
spoiler alert.
I'm not wasting that.
I'm taking the Oakland money line. Okay, I'm just
not wasting that. I was looking. Brandon Reeves' Powell team is 16-0 in the second quarter over Clinton. And listen, this is free advertising. But I'm going to throw this out here, and I didn't ask you to do this, and I hope I don't get in trouble.
It's going to lead to an invoice.
It may very well. But Brandon and I ate lunch today at Midtown Social.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, I think we are sleeping on Midtown Social. Their food is fantastic, and we have went there a couple of times, and I'm just telling you.
We got a lot of – they need to call me because now – I may agree, but we've got a lot of great food at Fire and Vine and Domino's.
Hey, I agree with you.
town.
Fire and Vine.
Home of the UCR Coaches Show.
Absolutely.
Which, by the way, now we're on food. It's over now. So every week now I'm on the same
That's
thing.
why I brought up food,
because
I want to talk about food.
I bounced around the chicken sandwich. Chicken, hot honey, bacon, cheese. Great French fries. Maybe the best French fries in the town at Fire and Vine. Looks like $13. Trust me.
Well, I had there was a meeting over there a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And Barry gave us essentially a pizza buffet with about 6 or 8 different pizzas on it. And I'll tell you, I was mad at myself because I couldn't eat 2 slices of 8 different pizzas.
Absolutely.
But no, the pizza there at Fire and Vine is unbelievable. Shameless plug, unfortunately, sorry for where I ate lunch today.
Oh, don't apologize.
But just a fantastic. Hey, I'll talk to those guys. They need to give you a call.
Absolutely.
But Fire and Vine, Domino's, fantastic food.
Domino's is a great late night spot for me. After a game night like tonight, and I'm rolling in about 12:30. Stop off at the All Good Domino's. Please don't worry about where I live. Ignore that I just said the town that I live in. That could be terrifying. Regardless, delicious.
Back to the scores.
Yeah, why not?
Third quarter, Westmoreland is beating Monterey 28-7. Oak Ridge 31-6 final over McMinn County. Riverdale over Rockvale, 28-0. And I'll be honest with you, I thought Rockvale had kind of arrived a little.
Yeah.
I thought they had kind of at minimum just step in there and say, hey, you're going to have to play us. And they're 1-3 right now.
Well, Riverdale's sitting there licking their chops at that Blackman-Oakland score.
Absolutely.
Because Riverdale's always kind of the sleeping giant saying mess around and find out to Oakland. So that's it's going to get real interesting. We'll get to look at that a lot with Cookeville, obviously. They're going to be a playoff team, not going their way tonight over on UCR2.
Smith County, Trousdale County, 35-0.
There you go.
Smith County.
There you go. How about Smith County, by the way? Last year, the gauntlet was great because it prepared them. They were trying to go on a run. This year, a very young Smith County team, a talented but young Smith County team. Opened with a great Gordonsville team, maybe a state championship contender in 1A. They get Macon County last week off a loss, a ticked-off Tigers team. Next week, they get East Robertson. Then they get Upperman.
Wow.
DeKalb County, who's undefeated and beating Gordonsville right now 21-14 at half. I mean, brutal schedule. So not all 0-4s are the same. About to be 1-4s. Smith County is a decent 1-4 football team.
Here is, and I don't think you've seen this score yet.
Okay.
Shocking.
Okay.
Shocking score.
Uh-oh.
At the half, tied at 28. Lebanon and Green Hill.
Wow. Good for Cookeville.
Good for Cookeville.
Good for Cookeville.
Good for Cookeville. My man Bobby Rollins is in Grundy County tonight, just right down the road. They are up 12-7 in the third quarter.
What road are you driving down to, just down the road to get to Grundy County?
No, you just go down 111.
Forever. You actually have to go through a wardrobe to get to Grundy County.
So you pass Spencer. You only pass one high school to get there. That's right down the road.
Okay, please. I went to Grundy County to cover a game my first year. By the way, I was driving there to make $25 without miles.
I love it.
Okay. That was the worst.
Well, you drive down 111, you turn right at that little market, and you drive 11 miles, and there's the high school.
11 slow, curvy miles.
You're not kidding about that. It's so bad. I refereed down there one night, and on my way back, I missed that little turn.
Oh, no.
I was in, like, Virginia or something. I don't even know where I was at. But I kept going straight, didn't realize it, and it was forever till I realized that I had messed up. And there was no choice. I had to turn around and drive back to get that turn. Livingston 19-0. Macon County.
Interesting.
21-0 over Cumberland County.
Macon County comes here next week to face off against Sparta.
Trying to look. We've got teams coming back on the field.
We're going to add a 3-minute mandatory warm-up period. I learned that from you, Jeremy.
You like that, don't you? I don't teach you much.
I actually hate that rule, but it's fine.
You know, I was talking about me just letting you know.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that.
Ravenwood 41-0 over John Overton. Who's the most famous alumni from John Overton? Playing Major League Baseball today.
Who?
Mookie Betts.
Oh, that's right.
Come on now. Come on.
I covered 19 schools around here. I can't worry about that.
So I'll tell you what's funny. I had a playoff game at Overton a couple of years ago, and I got a call like on Monday or Tuesday and said, hey, just going to let you know. And I was the white hat. They said, just going to let you know Mookie Betts is going to be at the game, and he's coming out. That's coin toss. We just want, you're going to go out there with Mookie Betts. I'm like, man, that's cool.
Yeah.
And as an official, you run in. Sometimes you just get to do some cool things, okay? So I'm fired up. I'm going to meet Mookie Betts. I'm like, hey, am I going to take my phone on the field? I would have got completely slammed for that. But am I going to take my phone on the field and get a little selfie? What am I going to do? I get a call on Thursday. I didn't realize that Overton was in a fight with Antioch the week before, and they kicked him out of the playoffs.
Yep.
So I was going to meet Mookie Betts, and then all of a sudden I'm at home eating Cheerios.
I think that's all the Upper Cumberland score updates.
It is.
We got that in there. Okay, perfect, because that allows us to get to the second half stats before this one gets started. And really, you look at the stats, they're lopsided, but not 35-0 lopsided, except for one. Upperman, 18 carries for 143 yards. Bronsden Chaffed, 9 for 10 for 131 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. He's also run 6 times for 69 yards. Ethan Polk, 10 for 60 and a touchdown. For Sparta in this game, they've run 15 times for 91 yards. They completed 2 passes for 16. They have 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble put on the ground. Trip Pinion, 2 for 9 for 16 yards, 2 picks. On the ground, he's run 10 times for 59 yards. JoJo Dowell, 3 for 22 and a fumble. And Cole Sims, 2 for 10. Darvon Richmond and Demarius Dow, each with 1 reception for 8 yards. Through the air for Upperman, very balanced again. Carmine Phillips, 2 for 39. Branson Turnbow, 3 for 36. Theo Brown, 2 for 31. Fitz, 1 for 13. Polk, 1 for 12. Brown, Fitz, and Polk have each caught touchdowns. Carmine Phillips has run for 1. Ethan Polk has run for 1. And Jeremy, we're going to start this second half with a running clock. Sparta will get the football, but it's going to be a quick second half unless Sparta can score quickly here to stop that running clock.
It is, and we've talked about the rule. Basketball's a little different. If you get back below the points, or actually in football, they stop it. Basketball, they would run it continuous no matter what. So
Hallie down there on the sidelines, and it's interesting, Hallie, so much intrigue into this game. We saw Upperman make it a couple of weeks ago be a dogfight. This is an Upperman team that certainly feels like to us up here. They are on a mission tonight, and unlike that Macon game, they are awake from Jump Street in that first quarter.
Yeah, I think that the Upperman side is actually a lot, I don't want to say more enthusiastic than this side. I'm giving hats off to the players, though, on this side. they are keeping each other up, the spirits up and everything. So I do want to say that Upperman has maintained their energy this entire season, even when they got down against Macon. But again,
on the field, Howard,
that's just how they are.
Upperman's speed,
yes,
shining through
oh my
right
gosh.
now. They are blazing fast. Think about the pick six that got returned, that got called back on the blindside block. Theo Brown ran away from everybody. Ethan Polk ran away from everybody. Bronson Chaffin running away from people. Their speed has been the difference so far in this game, to go along with, obviously, 3 turnovers. Hallie will be doing post-game during the American Farmhouse post-game show by the winning coach. It's probably going to be Adam Kane. And if it's not, it's going to be a very juiced-up Curtis Beatty, because they are trying to put together a miraculous comeback. They're going to have to do it in quick fashion as Roberts is on to kick it away. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter's on the sideline. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us as the kickoff is away. Going to be fielded on the 20-yard line. A return would help, and there he goes to the 40, weaving upfield with a big stiff arm, but what a shoestring tackle. Gunner block, saved 6, and it's going to be 1st and 10, Sparta from their own 45-yard line, and the clock runs.
And we talked about it a few weeks ago when we had Upperman, but Block, you know, you look at him and you think, you know, his size. You know, you're going to pick on him about his size, but I'll tell you, he plays fast. He just gets that nose in there, and I'll tell you, do not let his size fool you, because this kid can play.
Trips to the right, 1 to the left, as it's already down to near 11 minutes to play. That running clock, it moves. Pinion in the gun. Still starters out there for both teams. Snap taken. Going to play fake. Now he is going to hand it off on the sweep to the outside. Looking for the edge, and Theo Brown pushes out Darvon Richmond for a gain of maybe 3 or 4 yards. Second down upcoming here for Sparta. Again, the comeback on itself, very tough. But they've got to score quickly here, because half the quarter's going to be gone in the next 4 minutes of real time. Trips out to the left, 1 to the right. Do not adjust your screen or your radio dial. It is 35-0 Upperman on the road in Sparta. Pinion takes the snap. Going to hand off around left side this time. It's Demarius Dowell with a big stiff arm. And now he goes one-on-one with Branson Turnbow. Then he'll be shoved out of bounds after a first down. And Coach Mike Sloan, the OC, with a big show of emotion. And Branson Turnbow kind of points up to the scoreboard and shrugs his shoulder, says 35-0. But it is enough for Maxwell Insurance. First down for Sparta to the 40. They've driven on a couple of different times tonight, Jeremy, but turnovers have ended those drives.
It's been unfortunate, because Sparta's done some good stuff, but just ran into a couple of mistakes.
Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Pinion gonna motion Richmond. Snap taken. This time he's gonna keep it himself. No, he does hand it off to Richmond. Great play. Richmond weaves forward. He gets stuck. Theo Brown, after a gain of 7, puts him down. 9.5 to play in the third quarter. Sparta moving. It's 2nd down and 3.
And again, the no huddle, like you mentioned, they want to try to score quickly, get this clock stopped, and then see what they can do on defense to stop this Upperman offense.
Problem is Upperman's offense has moved all night long. Trips to the left,
easier
to the
said
right.
than done.
Exactly right. Motion the other way. They're leaning on this play. Now Pinion is going to keep it around the right side. There goes Trip Pinion with a stiff arm. Elijah Fitz meets him and will dump him out of bounds. Depends on the spot. Under 9 to play in the third quarter. It's going to be short, so 3rd and 1. And so far, Trip Pinion has not gotten loose against the Upperman defense.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, that's what I've been most impressed with tonight is Upperman's defense, the linebackers just keeping him bottled up and just not letting him break loose for what we've seen it 50 times, the 50, 60-yard touchdown run.
And Upperman doing it without Walter Kane. They're on the sideline behind his dad, head coach Adam Kane. Motion man across. Hand off to the left side. Big stiff arm, and now being put down is Demarius Dowell. Carmine Phillips in the backfield. It's a loss of 1. It's 4th and 2. You just imagine what this game would look like defensively if Kane was out there. He's one of the elite middle linebackers in this state. His loss will be felt, no doubt.
And one thing, I'm really impressed with Upperman's defense stepping up to fill that void.
2 receivers each way. 4th down and 2. Sparta to try and stave off any hopes of keeping this game alive. They got to get it. Pinion has the snap. He's dropping back. Now he's going to tuck it in and run. Pinion hitting the backfield, trying to get forward, and he will not. He is short. Zach Maynard puts him down, and Upperman's defense bows up one more time. Turnover on downs. It goes back to the Bees with 7.5 to play in the third quarter.
And again, you won't find a better football player in the state than Trip Pinion. You will not. This is on Upperman's defense right now. They have done a really good job of staying in their lanes and just bottling him up and not missing tackles.
And we're wondering who the quarterback's going to be. It is one more Bronzden-Chaffin drive. Doesn't surprise me with still the amount of time left in the game. Coach Kane's MO has been about 40-plus and then gets the starters out. Score in that DeKalb County game, there's a question between them and Gordonsville. DeKalb County led 21-14 at the break. They're in the jungle, turning Ford Field. One receiver each way here for Upperman. 6:50 and counting to play in the third. Chaffin takes the snap, going to hand to Polk. Polk rumbles into the teeth of the defense. Now the pile pushing forward, now backward after a gain of 3, maybe 4. A.J. Hunt there defensively, big senior linebacker.
Tackled by Antonio Purvis. A gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down, Bees.
3rd and 4, or 2nd and 6, I should say. It was a gain of 4. We're already midway through the third quarter. I'm going to get back to the end zone show at a reasonable hour for the first time ever.
And I live in Sparta.
There you go. Chaffin takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself around the left side, gets hit. Now driven forward, still pushing. There's hands being thrown. Gain of about 3, 3rd and short. You don't know if you necessarily want your Division I quarterback taking those hits in a 35-0 game, but they're looking to add on here.
That brings up 3rd down for Upperman. Defensive 3rd down sponsored tonight by Connor Brothers.
It is all Mount Juliet. They're up 24-7. Back-to-back long rushes as Mount Juliet leads Cookeville. Over there early in the second half on UCR2. So some blowouts starting to develop around the Upper Cumberland tonight. 2 to the left as Chaffin's in the gun. Has the snap, going to keep it himself on 3rd and short. He's hitting the backfield. A.J. Hunt got there, and they'll put him down after a gain of a yard. 4th and 2 rather. And just how aggressive is Coach Kane going to be with a 35-0 lead?
Noah Tradamus, is he punting or going for it?
He's going to go for it.
I'd say he's punting.
You're wrong. 4:50 to go.
Is he going to use a timeout? I'd say he tries to draw him off sides.
Yep.
And if he doesn't, he's going to punt. He's going to call timeout, he's going to punt.
They're going to go for it. 4th down and 2. He has no intention of Trip Pinion touching the football again in this quarter. Hard count, and I think you're probably right about the timeout. We'll see. 2 on the play clock. He does have the snap. Chaffin around right side. He accelerates forward. He patiently waited, and now he'll be pushed backwards. His forward progress was stopped. We've got a flag. It's going to be extra against the Sparta defense for roughing. Unnecessary roughness, I would imagine. It's a 1st down. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy, 1st down for the Bees. And it is a personal foul against Sparta. 15 more. Upperman moves into Sparta territory with now 3:50 to go in this third quarter.
I have to give you credit. You were right. And I'll tell you, Coach Kane is just he's a gambler. I'll tell you, he goes for it sometimes whenever the sheet on the internet says you shouldn't. And
timeout on the field for the Warriors.
Timeout called here by White County, and Coach Beatty is not happy with the White Hat official.
He's wanted an explanation on the penalty, I believe. Just to try to figure out what they did wrong. To me, from up here, it did look as though that they did throw Chaffin down. I could not hear the whistle and could not tell when the whistle is. So you want your player to play through the whistle, but sometimes if if you don't hear the whistle, you keep playing, because if you let him go and he breaks loose for a 40-yard touchdown, you're kind of in just a really tough spot.
Back in 30 seconds, still going.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. We appreciate our friends at Cheek Insurance for being one of the sponsors of White County football all season long. Of course, we stream every White County football game all season. As it's 1st and 10 Upperman here, we'll tell you more about them after this play call coming up. Oh, they're taking their time. I'll tell you about them right now. Since 1928, Cheek Insurance Agency has proudly provided comprehensive insurance solutions throughout Tennessee. Located at 185 Mose Drive in Sparta, the local people at Cheek Insurance Agency care about our community because they're from our community. Whether you need auto, home, boat, motorcycle, commercial, or other type of insurance, they have the solution for you. Call them at 931-738-9208 today for more information. And go Warriors. Nothing doing on that run play for the Bees as Hunter Broyles slams the door. It'll be 2nd and 10 on the carry for Polk. We'll also tell you about our friends at Brady Printing. Brady Printing has been Sparta's home for paper printing, fax services, business cards, shirts, embroidery, and much more since 1961. Located at 558 West Bachman Way in Sparta, Brady Printing is proud to offer professional and high-quality products and printing for you or your small business. No job is too big or too small. Call them at 931-836-3754. That's 931-836-3754. As the quick hitter screen is to the outside, Turnbow. He'll be pushed out of bounds. 3rd down upcoming here. Brady Printing, proud to support high school athletes in this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. 3rd down and 6 in what is apparently 4-down territory for the Bees with 2:45 to play in the 3rd.
Coach Kane's got a style of his own, doesn't he? It's just whatever his gut tells him to do.
Well, I think right now they don't want Trip Pinion on the football field.
Sure.
Which is a pretty good strategy.
And also his gut has served him well over the past several years.
They are closing in on victory number 70 in 6.5 seasons in Baxter. Snap taken. Handoff goes to Polk. Polk up the middle. He's got the first down and a lot more to the 30. Ethan Polk to the 25-20, 15, 10. Cut down out of bounds, but not before a big Baxter Pharmacy and Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate first down into the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm and Baxter Family Dentistry red zone. Darvon Richmond with a touchdown-saving tackle. But Upperman looks like they're trying to make it 42-0.
And again, we came into this game thinking that Upperman was a favorite. If you're in Vegas, you're giving White County a few points here, knowing that White County, if they play well, they have a chance to win this game. Yeah. They're a great football team, but we did not expect Upperman to dominate in this fashion.
This has been complete dominance. Chaffin, 1st and goal, snap taken, handoff to Polk. He's trying to finish it off this time. Interior defensive front's been good for Sparta for the most part. They bring him down. 2nd and goal upcoming here. .117 and counting on the running clock. And what will be a 12-minute plus a couple for the timeout. So a 14-minute quarter. .95-yard pick 6 for Mount Juliet. Way out in front. Livingston leads Pickett 33-0. It is 31-7 Mount Juliet. And the two fan bases for these two schools will not cry about that. As the snap's taken, handoff to Polk. Polk around the left side. Tackled forward. Give him 6. Touchdown, Upperman. Ethan Polk with his 2nd touchdown rush of the game. And the onslaught continues. It's an EJ's Barnes and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles touchdown, 41-0.
And again, White County has felt this game slip away, okay? Now you're playing for pride. This is, like you mentioned it earlier, you play this team in baseball, in basketball, in football. Now you've got seniors on the field. Now you're playing for pride.
Roberts on for the extra point. Snap, set, kick is good. 39 seconds to go in the third quarter, rather. It's 42-0 Upperman. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 42-0 Upperman. 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the score tells the story. This game has been extremely one-sided. And Upperman came on the road into a packed house, and from the word go, took this crowd out of the game, and they have dominated since. Roberts on to kick it, and we'll see if that's it for the starters tonight. Trip Pinion is on the sideline with his helmet off. Leads me to believe his night may be done, and that is probably a wise decision for these studs. A lot more to play for this season. Looking for the return is Cole Sims. He'll be hit and driven down, and the clock will run. They do not have to snap it again in this quarter. We'll see if they do. Still some starters trotting out there, but Trip Pinion is not one of them.
Cole Sims on the return. Tackled by Jude.
Or is he? He is. Trip Pinion going to go back out there for another drive, and it will be the first drive of the fourth quarter. After 3, it's Upperman 42, White County 0. This is the high school football game of the week presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Sparta team consists of dedicated real estate professionals passionate about helping individuals and families achieve their real estate goals in their home of Sparta. Rico Sparta are your trusted hometown realtors. Focused on people over profits, Rico Sparta can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-837-8371 or visit them online at letsgorico.com. Rico Sparta is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Here we go. Welcome back. Entering the fourth quarter, 42-0. Upperman out front. Running clock has begun. And it is still Trip Pinion out there for Sparta. I'm a little surprised by that at this point, Jeremy. And Upperman has some of the reserves mixed in out there as well. But they do have some starters there. Pinion dropping back to pass. Looking left. Pump fakes. Now he's going to tuck it. Maybe. Still looking downfield. He is going to tuck it and run. Colton Johnson and Tate Porath has scored him out of bounds after a gain of 7. And Upperman has a lineman down, and that is a cramp and a half. I can literally see the cramp in the leg.
Official timeout on the field.
And he is getting it stretched out down there. We don't try to speculate, but I'm 100% confident on what that is. As a prolific cramp haver myself when I was playing. Gives me an opportunity as he'll be stretched out down there. To tell you about our friend Randy Wallace, who I can see his office from here.
My guy.
Absolutely.
Waldo.
Randy Wallace with Wallace Insurance Agency specializes in auto, home, business, and life insurance as an independent agency located just above Warrior Stadium, literally just above Warrior Stadium. Randy Wallace is your local insurance expert who is prepared to find the best policy suited for you. Call Randy today, 931-837-2550. He's probably reffing right now.
At Grundy County.
So call him tomorrow at 931-837-2550. Wallace Insurance Agency is proud to support UCR and the White County Warriors. Sitting back up, trying to stretch out That leg is big Zach Maynard. 11:21, the clock does stop on the injury. And really, say it every which way. We'll talk about it in the End Zone Show, Justin and I, coming up later on tonight, which will start earlier than usual because of the running clock. Pure dominance. This is an Upperman team that's going to stay number one in the state. And when you look at the schedule coming forward, God bless the Jets. Cumberland County comes to town next week for homecoming for the Bees.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier, but Upperman's obviously going to be favored in each of their last games. That Upperman DeKalb game at the end of the year, I mean, that looks like that could be fun.
That's the toughest test left on the schedule based on what we've seen so far. They get Smith County, they get White House, at Stone Memorial, and at DeKalb County on a Thursday night before the end of the regular season. Trips to the left, one to the right. Pinion is still out there. He's all alone in the backfield. Receivers stacked. Now they'll space out. Snap taken. Dropping back. Pinion firing down the seam. Trying to find him, and it's intercepted. Elijah Fitz took it right out of the receiver's hands, and now here's the return. Fitz at the 35 to the 40. Stevenson takes him down, but it's the third interception of the night, and a late flag comes in. Upperman's defense has forced 4 turnovers. They've got it back on offense.
That's the second play tonight that I felt like the White County receiver was going to make the play, and for different circumstances, the ball just – the first one pops into the Upperman's player's hands. This one, he just jumps up and takes it.
And this is a extracurricular activities flag, I believe, at the end of the play. Don't forget, stick around. During the Rico and American Farmhouse postgame show, Hallie will be joined by Coach Kane to get his thoughts on the game. We'll give you the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game, to which there are options this evening. And the clock is still running while the refs are having this discussion, which I think is okay with everybody.
Everybody.
It's going to be under 10 minutes to go, and this may be a 5-minute conversation.
Could be a 9-minute and 58.
That was a big-time pick by Elijah Fitz. I want to say thank you once again to our newest all-inclusive sponsors here at UCR. Tee Up in Baxter, if you're like me. You like to golf. Jacob Benson likes to golf. Yesterday,
yes,
he hit a hole-in-one at White Plains. But a great place to go, especially when it's hot like it was today. It's going to be cold in a few weeks. If you're a golfer like me, Tee Up in Baxter, state-of-the-art simulators. And I mean legit state-of-the-art simulators. Great turf in there as well. You can learn about your game, everything to go along with it. Beautiful facility located right in our backyard in Baxter. Make sure you check them out and say thank you for being our all-inclusive sponsor. Penalty is against Sparta, 15 yards, and it is still Bronston Chaffin out here as Upperman now is in perhaps send a message mode to the rest of this region.
Let me tell you somebody that's impressed me. You've mentioned one. I'm going to tell you somebody that's impressed me tonight. The White County Band and the White County cheerleaders are on. I'm telling you, they're in it. They're getting the crowd going. You know, the score's lopsided. The winner's been determined. But I've got to give a lot of credit to the band and the cheerleaders. They're having fun.
The
band's legit.
Here, awesome.
The cheerleaders are legit.
Of course, Principal Wilson, Athletic Director Terry Crane, they run a really nice operation here. Appreciate them having us here on our perch that we've been here for several years. 8:35 to go. Coach Dodgen back on the headset next week. Macon County comes to town. Dodgen and Chase Hoke, I believe, the two. Dynamic duo back together. We don't know where we're going to be yet, Jeremy. We'll have to figure it out tomorrow. One receiver to the right. It is still Bronston Chaffin out there with Ethan Paulk and company, and they're going to run the play clock down now. So they're not in any sort of a hurry. Now they set up. Motion man across Carmine Phillips. Chaffin takes a snap, puts it in the belly of Ethan Paulk. Paulk with blockers in front, and there he goes to the 30, 25, 20. Paulk to the 15. Jumps over a defender to the 8, where he is taken down after another big time. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and Baxter Pharmacy first down. And Bronston Chaffin says, skip to my Lou, to his tailback across. They are feeling it. JoJo Dowell saves the touchdown into the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm and Baxter Family Dentistry red zone. 7:35 to go. Upperman about to go in and potentially make it 49-0. Complete statement being made right now by the Bees.
And you know, we've talked about it, but they've done this every week. But they also, in the Macon County game, made a statement like, no. Hold up. this is what we do on the comeback. But Upperman is just super impressive.
Delay of game there for the Bees. Their second one on a first and goal. So they make it 1st and 15, or 1st and goal from the 13. And it appears from our sideline reporter, Hallie, that a Warrior was tossed in that scrum late over there. So what does that do? Is there a rule for next week if a player is ejected, Jeremy?
Here's what's, as an official, you say, hey, we let the state handle that. But when they handle that, as long as it's upheld, they've got to sit next week.
Big game next week for Sparta. They have to put this in the rearview mirror because that's a huge game. That's for a home playoff game potentially with Macon County. Snap taken. Handoff goes to Polk. Polk into the teeth of the defense where he'll be pushed backwards. Minimal gain on the play. Sparta not going quietly. Hunter Broyles in there defensively. 6:20 to go and counting.
Second down, B.
Hey, Hallie, did they give a number on that?
Not sure who got thrown out.
Not that I saw.
Trying to see if there's anybody not out there. There are a few DBs for Sparta who are not on the field right now. Demarius Dowell, Gage Stevenson. 5:50 to go, 9 seconds on the play clock. Upperman's got to go quickly here. Chaffin turns around with 5. And Coach Kane's going to burn his time out with 5:43 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Upperman 42-0 with the lead. And we've got a flag coming in here.
There is a flag on the field.
And it's going to push Upperman back, it appears. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Bees. So that'll put them way back on 2nd and goal from outside the 20. All right, you're going to be nice, Jeremy. Can I be a little critique? Let's go home. Let's go home. We really don't need the ticky-tack personal fouls at this point. Let's go home.
Yeah, and
barring something crazy that was said.
Sure.
Caveat it.
Yeah,
but let's get ready to go home.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. But, you would hope you can keep your flag in your pocket. However, you're right. You don't know what might have been said.
But also, let's go home. It's 42-0.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home.
I got an end zone show to do.
What time's Fire and Vine close?
It's a great question. I don't think you can make it. I think it's 10 Although we're going to be closer tonight than we usually are.
I'll just have to order
Coach
from Domino's.
Kane getting a word from the white hat. He's not happy.
Can I
Coach
just
Beatty
order
wasn't
from
happy earlier.
Domino's?
You can do that. The Domino's tracker.
The Sparta
Awesome.
Domino's is my Domino's.
It's perfect.
And I'll tell you, the
JP gets it together.
The
over
pizza
there.
is fantastic, but the pastas
Very
really
good.
is my go-to.
One receiver each way here. Now Upperman may air it out. 2nd and goal from the 27. Motion man is Phillips. Snap taken. They're going to give it to Phillips around the edge, and he's got a lot of room to run. Carmine Phillips, see you later. Give him 6. Touchdown, Upperman. The speed of the Bees. Carmine Phillips with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and it is 48-0 midway through the final quarter. It's an EJ's Barnes and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles touchdown for the Bees, who from opening kick tonight have put their foot in the ground and said they are the top dogs, not just in this building tonight, but in this state, certainly in this classification. And in that poll last week, as Roberts is on for the extra point, snap, set, kick is up, and that one is good. There was a couple of first-place votes for teams not from Baxter. That should change this week.
Who were those votes for? Do you remember?
I believe Haywood may have gotten one, and Greenville, or Anderson County, rather. Anderson County got one. 5:19 to go in the ball game. We'll be back at 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Welcome back, all Upperman here in Sparta. 5:19 to go in regulation. It's 49-0. Noah McKay joined by Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. We'll hear from her coming up. Madison McKay producing things for us. Happy to be along with you. Want to wish a happy birthday. He's asleep. But my nephew Carson had his 6th birthday this week. Birthday party tomorrow. Really early in the morning, but I'll be there full of energy. The kickoff is away for Roberts. He's going to squib it forward. This one's still rolling around. Finally, Sparta picks it up on the 20, now trying to accelerate through. He'll be hit and driven down as the cavalry arrives, and it is still Trip Pinion going out with 5 minutes to go. And there is a flag coming in here a little bit late, potentially.
Tackled by Carmine Phillips. There is a flag on the play.
Livingston leads 40-0 late in the game there, but unfortunately, one of the Pickett County players got taken down with a horse collar style tackle. Stretcher potentially being carried off, we hope. So we'll pray for that young man and hope that he is okay. Encourage you to do so as well. Obviously, don't want to speculate, just got a text.
Of course.
But hope that he is okay, as there's a 15-yard penalty here against the Bees.
And you question why some of these rules are in place.
Yeah.
And again, you have the horse collar tackle. It's just a dangerous, dangerous play, and there's been so many injuries. And again, we hope Pickett County player is fine.
Clock will begin to run. We're at 4 minutes to go. 49-0, 1st and 10. Pinion takes the snap. Hands off to Sims. Sims gets hit at the line of scrimmage and will be drugged down. There is a mix of backups now in there. It looks like all backups in there for Upperman. Starter still out there, though, for Sparta.
Justice. A gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down, Warriors.
And that's going to be Kobe Justice in there defensively. So now for Sparta, they're trying to stave off a shutout. Now's an opportunity for them against Upperman's 2s, which are not bad 2s. As Pinion has the snap, going to hand off to Sims. Sims jukes forward and will get down after a gain of about 6. And also, we mentioned Tripp is still out there, may just be out there to run this offense and hand it off as McKinley Youngblood makes the tackle. Out there to kind of orchestrate, hand it off, and keep the offense moving on schedule. He could pull it and run, certainly, but that wouldn't surprise me. 3rd down and a long 3 here as we go under 3 minutes to play in regulation.
But if you bring out Pinion at quarterback, you bring in Pinion at quarterback, correct?
That's correct, Tucker. Good point. Tripp takes the snap, hands off to Sims again. Sims gets taken down in the shoestring tackle. They're going to spot him short, so it'll be 4th and inches. Trevor Polk there defensively. Under 2:40 to go.
Sims on the carry.
If there was a time where Tripp would keep it, 4th and a yard may be that time. If you're one of these young linebackers who hasn't played very much, you're thinking, please don't give it to 3.
Either that or you're saying, hey, my time to shine
True,
right here.
Some
Let's
are probably
go.
saying that. That's a great point.
They want to say, Trip Pinion who? This freshman's I want some of that.
No, you do not.
Exactly.
4th and a yard. Time ticking down here. Coach Beatty may be forced to call timeout, and he will. He burns it with 2:03 to go. They actually run it down to 2:02.
Timeout on the field for the Warriors. Timeout sponsored tonight by C&A Trucking.
Join us Tuesday night for the UCR Coaches Show. Jacob Vincent and myself will recap this game. We'll talk about every other game tonight and preview and pick next week's slate. Also coming up, Monday night, high school volleyball match of the week. Back here in Sparta, Cookeville comes to town to take on White County. Jacob and I will have all the action for that. Next Friday night, multiple streams as well. Game of the week announcement to come later on. Still got to look at what happened tonight. Take a look at the slate. That time of year where we want to be going to the best possible games with region implications or just great collisions if it's a non-region game. It's going to be 4th down and a yard out of this timeout for Sparta. If you're listening on the radio and maybe just hopped in your car and tuning in, Upperman is up 49-0 over Sparta, and it has been as dominant as that sounds. They have had 7 offensive drives tonight. They have scored 7 touchdowns. They have neutralized Sparta's offense with 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. And Upperman closing in on a 5-0 start to the season. 2 receivers stacked out way to the right, a Tennessee formation. Pinion in the gun on 4th and a yard. Has the snap. Going to keep it himself, and there goes Trip Pinion. Pinion to the 35. Stutter steps. He'll be hit still on his feet. Trip Pinion to the 25-20, and he will wisely dart out of bounds and avoid an injury, any chance of it, as he gets a Maxwell Insurance first down right on the doorstep of the red zone. Jack Smith forces him out late there. 1:40 to go as Sparta tries to stave off a shutout tonight. First down and 10 from the 21. And there is some pride in getting it into the end zone, no matter the situation. White County Band begins to rock again to our left.
The cheerleaders are still on it, too. I love it.
Awesome. Pinion has the snap. Going to hand off to Sims. Sims with a good patient run. Now he explodes through the hole. We take it down inside the 10. Into the Chick Insurance red zone. On a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for Sparta. With a minute to go in the game, they're going hurry up to try and punch it into the end zone. Cody Lowe on the tackle. They're quickly back up on the ball. Pinion with the snap. Hands off to Sims again around that left side. Sims bounces it upfield to the 5, and Cole Sims to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown Sparta as they go down the field and score with under a minute to go. And there's a pride score for Sparta. It gets a big ovation from their fans as it's 49-6. And that's a Wallace Insurance touchdown for the White County Warriors. Skeeth on for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 41 seconds to go. It's 49-7. And Sparta starters against Upperman's 2s, they do what they're supposed to do. They go down and cap it with a touchdown.
And you mentioned it. I mean, you know what Upperman did to you tonight. You feel a little better that you got the goose egg off the board, but we know what happened tonight.
We'll talk about it coming up just a little bit later on the Friday Night End Zone show, myself and Justin. Score update, 28-21. DeKalb County leads Gordonsville in the second half there at Turney Ford Field. Good game. We figured it could be.
Absolutely. And again, I'm really impressed with Gordonsville there.
Absolutely.
Because, listen, DeKalb County is good.
4-0, trying to get to 5-0, as is Gordonsville.
The classifications, I mean, just all of it is stacked against Gordonsville. And I'll tell you, that's impressive.
Last year, a 21-7 victory for DeKalb. And remember, for Gordonsville, they're finally getting Jay Foster back and healthy. He's worked back into the lineup. That's huge. Maybe the best athlete in the school. Tends to help you a little bit. And they were 4-0 with him easing back in. Week 1, he didn't even play. Upperman will not have to run another play after they receive this kick. Sparta's just going to pooch it into the middle. Branson Turnbow goes over, and he's going to take a knee. And the clock will run. It's a 25-second play clock. They should wait forever to start it. 30 seconds on the game clock. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. They will.
You're good now.
They will line up and shake hands. A statement made by the Upperman Bees, who come on the road and silence a jam-packed Warrior Stadium. Final score tonight, Upperman 49, White County 7. We welcome you in to the Real Estate Collective and American Farmhouse postgame show. Jeremy, we said it 1,000 different ways. Absolute, complete dominance out of the Upperman Bees tonight on the road.
And again, you look, hey, what caused it? Is it mistakes that White County made? White County didn't help themselves any. The 3 interceptions. I think the game seemed to me won and lost 2 things. The line of scrimmage and then just the firepower of Upperman. There's just too many playmakers on the field, and unfortunately White County didn't have the defenders to match up with them.
Final score 49-7. Don't forget, Hallie will be joined by Coach Kane coming up at the conclusion of their post-game huddle. Stick around for that. Really started from the opening kick. Upperman goes down the field. Bronston Chaffin finds Theo Brown for that touchdown. He makes one-man miss, goes in. Sparta starts to go down the field. Then they stall out. Upperman goes right back down the field all night long. There were moments on certain runs where Sparta was able to hold Upperman to a yard or two. But outside of that, they did it on reverses. They did it on jet sweeps, touchdown passes for Chaffin. It was really the complete effort. And you mentioned the weapons that this Upperman team has. I thought tonight what really shined through against a physical Sparta front, the speed of the Bees with Brown, Phillips, Polk, Turnbow, of course. Elijah Fitz, who had a big night with a touchdown and an interception. Just so many weapons who can flat out fly.
Yeah, and we'll get to it in a moment, but the player of the game, you sit here and think about it, and there were plays made all over the field. To me, the athletic play of the game to me is the Turnbow interception. Just absolute great play. Theo Brown with the broken tackle for the touchdown.
Almost had a pick six. Theo Brown would have had a pick six that he was very impressive on.
So it was just really, you got 6 or 8 weapons that touched the ball and made really big plays for Upperman tonight, and it's just so hard to defend that many offensive players.
And Walter Kane is up giving a speech to his team, and that's cool. They're going to play, I think, their tails off for that young man this year. He's the emotional leader of that football team, and he's standing up right next to his head coach and his dad giving that post-game speech. It's a convincing victory tonight. Let's get to it. The Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. You've got options, Jeremy. Who are you going with this evening?
I've got options, and I'm going to give a first runner-up to Theo Brown.
Okay.
To me, big plays on offense, big plays on defense. His speed, unbelievable. But I go player of the game, just the constant, great quarterback play by Bronston Chaffin. 3 touchdown passes, the runs, distributing the ball very well, smart, no mistakes. Chaffin, to me, is the player of the game.
We'll have Hallie bring Coach Kane to about the 35-yard line inside the hash marks when she can grab him. No, Bronston Chaffin, and can I make a bold prediction here?
Yes,
Week
sir.
5. You just saw Mr. Football tonight. That's a big-time performance towards those numbers. That's going to catch a lot of people's attention with what they were able to do tonight. There's a couple of contenders, and that's not to take anything away from Trip Pinion, who was sensational this evening, as he always is. Just needed a little more juice. There's just too many turnovers for Sparta tonight, and ultimately a loaded Upperman football team against them. A victorious Adam Kane down there with Hallie Ledbetter. Hallie, take it away.
Coach Kane, how are we feeling after the win?
I feel, it was an amazing win. It was a very tough week for me. My son and I have shared 19 games together as coach and starting player, and we won 18 of them, and it just it broke my heart. I have to give him that news last week, but I'm telling you this: all in there cared about him enough to really make sure that people still knew who we were, and excellent win. We got tons of playmakers, and they all stood up and played, and very proud to be the coach.
How about the play of your defense tonight?
Yeah, they're really good. Trip Pinion's a really good player. I would have never dreamed about holding them to 7 points. I thought we could come in here and compete. But for them to do that, the takeaways, our kids really played inspired football, and I'm glad we came out tonight and played well.
How do you adjust your defense to stop Trip Pinion's run game?
Well, I think you can kind of get a little carried away with it. Losing Walter kind of made us simplify things and just kind of play base defense, and we didn't try to over game plan him, and I think it allowed our players to play faster and more free, and that's what you got to do against him. He's so dynamic. You got to kind of allow your guys to run and try to tackle.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations to you.
A victorious Adam Kane, and the interesting line from that, I think, Jeremy, the defense tried to remind people of who we are, is what he said. That was a statement made tonight by this Upperman team.
And it is, and you and I talked about it a little bit, and Hallie hit on it. To me, the most impressive thing was bottling Pinion up. I mean, I'm telling you, he could win Mr. Football.
That's no question about it.
And if they hand him that trophy,
deserving as all
very
get out.
deserving,
no question.
But he just could not seem to just get outside and break loose. They really did a good job wrapping up on one or two tacklers and just would not let him do what Trip Pinion normally does.
Next up for both these teams, White County, they got to flush this immediately. They get Macon County in here. A game that on paper before, an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, we all sit here and say, man, that's going to be a dogfight. They're going to have to get back to playing the way they did the first 4 weeks of the season. If not, 2 straight losses in this region would be a brutal blow for a White County team that had their sights set on a deep postseason run. For Upperman, they get homecoming against Cumberland County, likely going to be 6-0 moving into the back portion of their schedule. We hope you'll join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone Show. We'll remind you that Goose is here tonight. Coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area, including this game. Highlight video. It's going to be awesome. It always is.
Always
Photos,
is.
stories, and more. UC top fives, picks, predictions, articles, volleyball, signings, everything you can want. Golf, everything you can want on UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Nobody's doing it in this country the way we are here at UCR. We'll join you in just a few minutes from now for the Friday Night End Zone Show around 10:15 p.m. this evening. Myself, Justin Matheny, get to UCR 2. Cookville's within 10. Just saying, midway through the fourth quarter. 21-31, the score there over on UCR 2. Get the finish, and then we'll be live with the Friday Night End Zone Show. For myself, Jeremy Tollison, Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline, Michael Lindsay on the sideline, the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. We'll leave you with a couple of things. Go Vols.